buddies.
Good evening, buddies.
It's the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron. Look, everybody, there's Fez, the brand new uncle.
Hiya. I got a new baby niece today. What'd you people get? Nothing.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Allison Page, 5 pounds, 5 ounces, in Ocala, Florida. Sweet home, Ocala, Florida.
Allison Page.
Yeah.
Page being the middle name?
Right. Allison Page Watley.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, what's the Allison based on?
I don't know where they got Allison from. That must be from her mother, something, one of her ideas.
Is the big plan to call her Diamond Alice Page? Is that the situation?
You know, I hadn't thought of that, but yes.
Every time.
Two time.
Every time she comes into a room. All right, so that's your brother's child?
Yeah, that's my baby brother, Travis. Him and his wife had the baby today, right around 5:15.
So he's straight.
Oh, yeah, as he's known in my family, the breeder.
So, apparently this isn't genetic. I'm just writing this down.
What are you writing?
It's just some work I'm doing.
You're not doing another independent research study, are you?
Always.
Constantly with the independent research study.
Well, I always wanted to be a scientist. I'm trying to be a scientist, Fez. I'm a little out of sorts tonight, Fezzy. I spent from 8:30 this morning till 5:15 in a jury pool downtown.
Ah! All right. So you didn't get out of it, huh?
No. I used Shock Jock. I wrote Shock Jock right down on my form. No big deal. And it came down to finally where I went, well, I work nights.
Tried it all, did you? Now, we ask you listeners to get Ronnie out of jury duty. Come up with something that'll work.
They actually said, start effing around and see what happens to you.
Really?
See what kind of jury you get on.
You'll be on the other side of the jury.
Apparently, no. Well, apparently there's people that don't show up or get a little rowdy get put on juries that last for months.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sequestered.
Yeah. So I had a chance. You know, it's kind of been, I should have been a lawyer. I'm better than these two guys that saw today. I'm better.
Did you get out of that pool room at all?
Yeah, I was out of the pool room immediately.
Oh, nice.
But I haven't, they haven't pulled the trigger on me yet.
Oh, so you haven't been sat on a jury.
Yeah, trust me, they don't want me. As long as they're going to take, they don't want me. Because I've already made up my mind.
You know the verdict already?
I know the verdict already, and I told the guy next to me, and I don't know. Let me check with Roy Hamptons, because I know that your dad's a judge. But if two potential jurors start talking, going, wow, are these defense attorneys a couple of losers, they should be out already, right?
Yeah, it's actually up to the lawyers to kick you out, so if they see you talking about the lawyers in a bad way.
Not just talking, we laughed, we cringed.
Did you point?
I tried to get the defendant... And I'm going, get the yellow pages. I kid you not. And get another lawyer because I'm so scared. I've never seen any, not since Ghostbusters with Rick Moranis, have I seen lawyers so bad.
Yeah, they'll definitely...
Louis Tilley, I think was his name.
Now, wouldn't you think that the big guns would be in New York City?
Well, I know they're uptown. Like, a lot of lawyers uptown are, like, the big shots, the ones who are making $1 million a year. But downtown, they're just, they're crap lawyers.
They're Louis Tilley.
And they're probably, court-appointed lawyers also.
Well, I mean, you look at the situation, since there's a TV show named after the address, you would think, all right, this is it. It's showtime.
That's true.
Get the yellow pages.
Brother.
So you're dismissed. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
I would just say, do it yourself. You do a better job than this guy. All right, I'm getting all my instant feedback, so I'm just going to say this. No, I wasn't at that trial, and also no comment. No
was
comment.
Everyone at the courthouse today?
No comment. That's it to every one of you sons of bitches.
So you know what now? We'll be making no comment, no statement will be given. Thank you.
No comment.
Please.
None of my business.
Speak to our Yellow Page lawyer.
Oh, I was so worried for these guys today. Honestly, I think I should have been a lawyer when I saw how bad these guys were. Awful, Fez. Literally awful.
Stumbling, bumbling?
Stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, bringing up 9/11 and goldfish.
Oh, my gosh. All right. I mean, that's a whole Billy Staples thing. 9/11 is not an excuse for wrongful behavior.
I guess, am I not allowed to talk about it, I'm sure, even though I'm not an actual jury member now? What do you think, Roy?
Yeah, I don't think, well, if you want to get off the case, that's okay.
Yeah, but here's the problem I found out. Because there's no way I'm getting on this case, but then I go right back into the regular pool. So I'm going to have to run through this a couple of times, they said.
Right.
And then they're going to send me home.
See, when I went, I had to sit in that pool for the 2 full days. I never even saw the inside of a courtroom till the 3rd day.
Yeah.
And got questioned, and that was just a stupid possession case.
I seen these two brothers as soon as I walked into the courtroom today. What did these apps do? One of them looked like Suge Knight. And that was the lawyer. That was the lawyer.
Oh, my God.
And I yelled, he's guilty. And I pointed.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of problems with those lawyers are they're court-appointed, and they get paid whether they win the case or not. So they'll just do whatever the hell they want. They're just, they probably got 10 other cases that day.
Sure.
So that one's probably not as important to them.
Sure, it's the Jeremy Coleman version of a lawyer. I get it.
He gets paid no matter what.
Right.
Some people are blessed.
It's just one little case, and it doesn't matter.
All right. Hey, Mitch, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing?
Hey, Mitch.
Ron and Fez.
What?
Number 11941.
All right.
All right. Hey, Ron, easy way of getting out of jury duty. Put on sunglasses. When you go there, put on sunglasses and say that your eyes are dilated. Go there blind.
Here's the thing, Mitch. I saw all kinds of people doing stuff and getting sent to a different room.
Oh, all right.
The guy said right away, he goes, go ahead and play games with us, see what happens. This is your situation. You got to be here.
I don't even know what's in that other room, but I know you don't want to be in there.
No matter what happens, it looks like you're going to spend a couple days there to me.
One way or another.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's the first time they've ever ran a jury duty thing. They know people don't want to do it.
They know not one single person wants to be there, so they'll find different things for you to do. You'll be making lunch for the other jurors.
No, I'm starving.
They'll be in the kitchen.
Seriously, no, I'm seriously starving. Hey, Angel, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Angel.
Hello?
Yeah. Buddy?
Yeah, Ray, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
I just had a baby and just got to bring her home today.
Nice.
Her name is Angelina. She's 7.5 pounds, 19 inches long.
Oh, now Fez is starting all this.
Now I got you beat, Fez.
All right.
Carlos, I don't know. I haven't got my card yet.
All right. Roy's taking care of all that.
I'm sure it'll be a shower guest.
Roy, how long before we announce when we are having the new cards? Give me a date.
I would say in a week or two.
All right, good.
They're being processed as we speak.
Processed?
Yes.
He thinks he's an attorney.
Like they're green cards.
Why aren't you an attorney?
I know. Follow in your father's footsteps and get out of our way.
My brother's an attorney. My uncles are all attorneys.
Yeah.
And I just always hated the law when I was growing up. I hated the law.
That's because you're on
What a stupid thing to say.
You're on the wrong side of it.
I think it was one of those things where, I was just lashing out as a kid and just, trying to...
I hate the law.
Hey, this judge looks exactly like James Woods.
Really? Likeable.
Exactly. And has the same mannerisms and looked like to me today is the first time you ever had a tie on. The guy's constantly pulling at his tie in his neck.
Maybe you walked into a TV studio.
I thought I did. I just screamed. Jimmy Woods.
Maybe they're shooting something in there.
What do you want, Joe? You're on Ron and Fez.
Fez, how you doing? Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Joe.
I just want to tell you guys how much I love the show, and I nearly pee my pants every time I hear you do the Pharrell bit.
Pharrell, big things happening for Pharrell.
Yeah.
I understand.
Keep doing it.
All right, say
you do it great.
This is Pharrell's world. Fezzy, people congratulating you now because you're...
Because my brother had a baby.
Because your brother's having a baby.
Diamond Alice Page. She did a bang in her diapers.
Oh, that's so cute. Hey, Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Greg.
What's up, Ron and Fez?
Hey.
Hey, I just want to say that guy Lewis from Ghostbusters, he was an accountant, not a lawyer, man.
You ever see Ghostbusters 2, Stu?
Greg, Ghostbusters 2, he became their lawyer, remember? Now he's running away. Now he's... now remember Bill Murray just kept trying, and when they were in court, kept talking in his ear?
Oh, right. They weren't trying to hurt anyone. They weren't trying to hurt anyone.
They're really good guys, and they're doing the best they can.
They're really good guys. They did the best they can.
There's got to be some kind of a habeas corpus.
I'm just sure there's a habeas what? Corpus.
And then he says to the other one, come on, we're both lawyers. Don't you hate when people don't know...
You're witness.
Don't you hate it when people don't know their movies properly like this, Greg?
That'll frustrate you.
That'll drive you crazy. Hey, George, you're on a Fez.
Hi, George.
Hey, congratulations, Fez. This make you an aunt or an uncle.
I'm sure I will be Auntie Fez one more time.
Later, guys.
Like
Thank you for the call, George.
It's like Auntie Mame.
877-692-1027.
You'll just be having the kids around on your lap telling them stories about how one time you met the Cracker Jack guy who told you were a fantastic performer.
Oh, that's right. She hasn't heard that story yet. She hasn't heard any of my great stories.
All right. What time was the baby born?
I think it was about 5:15
All right,
p.m.
On the instant feedback, Oz said that they signed the restraining order against Fez at 5:20.
They did not. I am allowed to see my niece.
Dickie Mo says, Ron, put on a Star Trek uniform and go to court tomorrow. Work for the lady on Trekkies. Actually, she stayed in the jury, right? She was an alternate in the OJ jury? Was that it?
I thought it was one of the Clinton things.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, it was one
like
of
the
Clinton.
Paula Jones dealio.
Yeah, before she started boxing, right?
Right, that's the trial where she went there in full dress uniform. She was a commander. Well, she wears it every day to work in the documentary Trekkies.
All right, I'm just going to say one more time to the instant feedbackers, no comment. Fez and I are not going to comment on any case other than the ones that I'm assigned to.
We have no statement to make at this time.
Also, people enjoying the new Hawk announcer since Billy Staples and Joe Poole have taken an extended vacation.
Very excited. Hawk, of course, the announcer on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Filling duties. Nice work, Hawk.
Hey, Mike, you're on Fez.
Thank you.
First things first. Any truth to the rumor that Fez's brother hired an ex-priest to watch the baby rather than ask Fez?
There is no truth to that rumor, and who starts these things?
Ron, I told you what to do. I told you to be honest with the guy. First of all, you were in front of a judge also, or was it just the attorneys?
No, the judge was there too, but they actually won't ask me any questions, so I get called up. So I was actually there all day today without answering one question.
Okay, when you get called up, ask to speak to them outside the presence of everyone else. Tell them the truth. You can't be there for whatever reason. And what usually will happen, if they keep you to the end of the day, when they go to excuse you, when you go back to the jury clerk, then you should be able to get punched out and go home. Not like my office manager only had to serve one day. I tell you what to do, and then you listen to all the other idiots who give you every other excuse that everyone had to get
I was told this, even if
the guy's been doing this for 15 years, don't listen to him. It's like I'm married to you two.
But here's the thing, Mike. They said even if they don't pick you for this, you go back in the jury pool.
No, you have to get towards the end of the day, and then when you go to the jury clerk, you got to find out from him what he wants. If he's nice, you have to talk to him. No one's around, and that's how you do it. What I did with my wife, though, which was a little easier, is I said when you get picked, when you go into a room, find out who the attorneys are so I can call them.
All right.
That was the other way to do it, but I don't know you that well.
Here's all I said, Mike.
Or.
I said one thing to him today. I go, by the time I'm done, the system will be on trial. And they go, what are you talking about?
You know what it is? Here's what
that always works.
You want to know why you have the jury system?
Why?
I assume you guys used to get in trouble a lot in high school and junior high, right?
Yeah, I had problems.
And who would you go to every time, no matter something happened, your name came up, and you always saw the same guys?
Right.
Right?
Sure.
The assistant principals, and they already know you did it before you said anything. The idea behind the jury system is that instead of going with the same guy every time, they find people who don't know who you are, so you get a fair shake. Now, if you were presented with a chance in high school, rather than go with the assistant principal, but going to, say, 6 guys to 12 people who don't know you, which deal would you take?
I understand all that thing. I understand why we have a jury system.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot, Mikey.
Hey, the other thing is if you throw up on yourself, they're going to excuse you for the day. That always works.
But I did that anyway, and I have problems. Sorry, thank you very much. I see.
They'll just get you new clothes. They'll leave you sitting there.
Joey Paisano's here, Fezzy.
Nice. Paisano's on Mulberry Street right there in the heart of Little Italy.
And guess what? I'm starving. Here's the big man on Mulberry Street.
So in my small way, I'm a big man on Mulberry.
I can't wait to see what Joey Paisano's got for us.
Are they setting the food up for us?
Yes, they are.
Paisano's, 136 Mulberry Street between Grand and Hester in the heart of Little Italy. You can give them a call, 965-1188 for reservations.
I was watching The Godfather the other day for the Mikey D pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I got so starving watching that movie, it made me start dreaming about Joey.
That movie makes me starving.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. Maybe it's a wedding scene or something.
You know what I do now? I put a sauce on before I even put the movie on.
That is very smart. That is one of those movie things that just gets you so hungry. Like Goodfellas, of course, where they're actually slicing that garlic so that it liquefies in the pan.
They make prison look delicious.
Yeah. When Ray Liotta's pulling all that stuff out of the bag, and he's pulling out salamis and bread and everything.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite's when the grandmother is cooking for them, just all that food at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right. That's when
like,
I'm
when they need the big night?
Yeah, it's at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when you're like the most starving, when you're out like
I
all
know,
night.
when you've been out all night and then all of a sudden you're going to get a nice pasta.
Love to have a mother just at home cooking as soon as you walk in the door at 4.
Instead of your mom home drinking.
You know, another movie that got me starving was Moonstruck, where the guy's baking his own bread.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I see fresh baked bread in a movie, I start thinking, do we got any fresh baked bread around here? I'm starting to look around. I'm trying to think. It's very unusual to see a movie that really makes you hungry. Mostly all Scorsese movies make me hungry.
Sure. I got hungry watching City Slickers when they're out there eating the food, the chow.
The barbecue?
The barbecue, and then they start naming the ice creams that go with everything. It's one of my starving movies.
All right, but all right. Now here's the thing, and you got to figure out what movie makes you the most starving. 877-692-1027. For the leader, what would you pick, Fezzy? Would you pick Goodfellas or would you pick Godfather?
I'm gonna go with Goodfellas. They're so descriptive about the food.
I don't know, that damn Godfather when they're throwing the sandwiches to each other at the wedding, and then also. When Clemenza is making the food for everybody, and he's describing it.
Nice.
You got to put your meatballs in here, your sausage, the wine, and a little bit of sugar, and then that's my trick. You never know, Fez. You might have to cook dinner for 40 guys sometimes.
I'll be ready. 877-692-1027.
All right, to go back to Moonstruck, also, remember when they were, she was making breakfast with, like, the egg and pepper inside the toast? She had, like, the bread that had the hole in it. It's got a name. And then, like, she's frying the egg inside of it and then throwing the peppers on top. That got me started.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Hey, Craig. Craig, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever see the movie Big Night?
Big Night?
What's Big Night?
It's a movie that makes you starving. It's two Italian guys that come over to New York and open up a restaurant.
No, I never saw this movie.
They invite Louis Prima to dinner.
Nice.
But he never shows up. But they made
Why ruin it for us? Why ruin the fact that Louis Prima doesn't show up for dinner?
Waiting for Prima.
The lip. You got to see it, though. It's great. They make everything under the sun.
All right, I'll have to check that. Big Night with a K or an N? With a K or an N?
With an N.
Yeah, of course.
With an N.
Because we got it with a K up here. I thought it was some kind of...
We got an N running the phones. It's a K. He's putting up there.
Hey, James, what movie gets you starving?
Hey, James.
Hello.
Yeah.
9.5 weeks. When they're spreading stuff on Kim Basinger's body, I want to eat.
All right, I'll go for that. But, it's not exactly good food they're rubbing on them. That's the problem with that. They act like you've never had an ice cube on you before.
You want to see it where they're just so enjoying the food. They're so into it. The food becomes another actor in the scene.
And to go back to Goodfellas, you know what turns me off, though, and I can't get starving at all? When he's cooking while he's coked up. Because when you're coked up, the last thing you want to do is be looking at a sauce. And that freaks me. I actually watch Goodfellas, and I turn it off as soon as he starts to get paranoid. I never watched the end of Goodfellas since the first time.
It takes all the fun out of it. I always turn off Titanic right when that iceberg hits.
Hey, Jay, you're on a Fez.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Jay.
You remember in Groundhog Day where he's in that diner, he's smoking that butt, he's shoving all that cake in his mouth? Just like he's just enjoying it so much, and he always made me starving.
He put that one huge donut in his fat face.
Then they bring over the sticky buns.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
Makes me starving.
What are we waiting for with Joey? I'd like to get all that thing going.
He's making up some plates for us right now.
Yeah, good. Because, we're sitting here talking about movies and getting starving now. Talking about movies is getting me starving.
He's an artist. Oh, we're coming in?
Hey, Joey, how are you, my friend?
Joey! How you doing, buddy?
Oh, that looks nice.
Joey Paisano is here in the studio from Paisano's of Mulberry Street in Little Italy.
Joey, we're trying to go over what movie makes you the hungriest of all time.
What movie makes me the hungriest?
Yeah. Now, I know you're only watching Shrek at your house. That's the problem.
That is true. A lot of Shrek.
I guess when he eats the caterpillars. I don't know.
Oh, this is delicious. Hey, Jesse, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Jesse.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Have a couple of Little Rascals episodes. I know you're big fans. One of them was the Well episode, where Look Who Fell in the Well, and Stymie is trying to get, I believe, who was it, Sheldon, to make the scrambled eggs. You got to shake them up a little bit.
I always think of the big giant cream puffs in that Little Rascals.
When they think that they've been put on the chain gang. And 2 mucking puffs. And pie. Your dog likes pie?
And the other one was with the other one was when they were sabotaging Alfalfa's, Mrs. Crabtree was making a whole pasta dish, and they started putting Limburger cheese, Limburger, all over this pasta. They start shaking it up a little bit.
Hey, I remember that.
Hell, I'll get started.
For some reason, when he started stirring it up, it just looked really good. Just the sound of the pasta and everything going in it, even though I knew it had the Limburger cheese.
I get starving when they replace the cheese with soap, and it's the cheese sandwich.
That's right.
And He-Man Woman Haters Club.
There's a saying, I'm in the mood for love.
All right, thanks, Jesse.
All right, take care, guys.
Hey, Ronnie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie.
Hey, we got back to school with Rodney Dangerfield making the hero early on.
Yeah, and anytime somebody makes themselves a big giant sandwich, I get starving.
Oh, that's great. He just puts a couple of cans of beer in his pockets.
Yeah, it's the fact that put a hand over it while he cuts it, too.
Yeah, right. All right, thanks.
And then pulls it out of his mouth to shake hands with that society lady. Excellent. That's a Now I'm Starving movie.
And then I'll literally look at my check and go, do we have any big giant sandwiches?
And why not?
What are you doing sitting here when everybody's starving? I'll put this thing on pause for you.
877-692-1027.
Hey, Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Frank.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, yeah, Oliver. That old movie with those little orphans.
Uh-huh.
That gruel. I just love gruel.
What a smart ass.
Wasn't Mikey D in that?
Yeah, I think he was an Oliver.
He looked like Oliver when he was a kid on Broadway.
And then he made the mistake of asking for some more, please.
Here's Patrick. Patrick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Patrick.
How you doing there, boys?
What can we do for you?
Patrick,
Willie.
say hi to Joey for us, would you please?
How you doing, Joey?
How you doing, Patrick?
Joey Paisano's here tonight.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I can't watch Willy Wonka without having a big box of chocolates next to me.
I mean, the Oompa Loompas and the damn candy. If I see anybody under 5'2", I get a sugar rush. Shout out to Ralph.
All right, there it is.
I have a big glass of chocolate milk ready every time that fat Augustus kid falls in the chocolate river. I like to pretend I'm drowning, too.
Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
What can we do for you?
Dom DeLuise and Fatso. Nobody describes the meal better than that fat bastard.
He's the best. Is he still making cookbooks?
He should be. I'm sure he is.
He's either doing cookbooks or he's dieting. And now his kids are getting huge.
Oh, yeah. There was Shush. And then Michael DeLuise, Peter DeLuise. I think Peter DeLuise is the really big one.
They're all big. The thing about Dom DeLuise is every time he talks about being married, I go, really? Okay, fine.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
The thing is, Paul Prudhomme ought to sue him for putting out cookbooks.
I think they actually toured together once. Hey, Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Doing, guys? Hey, listen, Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Remember that movie?
Sure.
Okay. Middle of the night, Richard Dreyfuss and Nick Nolte are in the kitchen. Richard Dreyfuss pulls open the big double fridge, takes out the big thing of bagels and lox and onions, makes himself a sandwich.
That actually is a delicious scene. And he made a big giant bagel in the middle of the night. And again, middle of the night food, nothing like it.
Perfect.
Take care.
Hey, Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Joe, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, guys, how are you? Joey Paisan, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Joe?
All right. The famous scene in Do the Right Thing with the pizza parlor.
When they burn it down?
When there wasn't enough cheese on the pizza and he was making a big deal about it.
I know, that's fun. There was a movie with Nicholson. It wasn't even a big movie.
Take it easy, guys.
That he... all right, so they're working on the house. What do you call that stuff that you put in the spackle with? It's
the stucco?
like no, but it's like the tray thing.
Oh.
Is it just called a tray?
I think it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
And he's taking pizza out with that thing, and I got so starving. He had this big, thick pizza.
Nice.
Trying to think of what movie it was. It was in Washington, and he got caught cheating on his wife. Him and Meryl Streep. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, John.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I got a classic you guys are missing.
Uh-huh.
The scene from Animal House when Belushi's just shoving food after food.
Yeah, that always made me starve.
The line.
Yeah. Anybody who's eating when they're high always makes me hungry, too.
That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
All right, trowel. Thank you very much, Travis. Trowel. It's a trowel. That's what that is. Hey, Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey,
Listen,
buddy.
I remember you were talking a little while ago with Moonstruck when they were making the eggs with the toast.
Uh-huh.
I used to have that as a kid, and my mother used to call that a Popeye egg.
Well, maybe to a baby, but that can't be the real name.
Well, you know, that's the way the way my mother used to make it is she used to put the toast in there and cut out the middle of it.
You know what we're talking about there, Joey? You cut out the center of the toast and you like fry the egg in it. What's that called? It's like an Italian breakfast. And I think they throw some peppers on top of it. It was in the movie Moonstruck.
Frittata, they'll sometimes call it.
Frittata?
Yeah.
That sounds nicer than Popeye egg.
Yeah.
Popeye egg.
My niece calls it a Popeye egg.
When you call that Popeye eggs, because you tell the kid, eat it, you'll be strong.
Like Popeye.
Right. Hey, Giovanni, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Giovanni.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. I got Defending Your Life, the one with Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep, where they're dead and in heaven.
I'm going to give you 7 pies.
One for every day you're looking at.
Do you like shrimp scampi? I'm going to bring you 30 pounds of the best shrimp you ever had.
Oh, no,
And she slurps up that pasta. It's so great.
When they put the cheese on that broccoli,
Yeah.
I don't even like cheese on my broccoli. I wanted cheese on my broccoli.
Right.
Oh, it's just pouring all over the table.
And he makes a whole big thing about heaven is you can just eat as much as you want. That's the whole point.
With no problem whatsoever.
Here's Brano. Brano, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Brano.
What's happening, man?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, okay, my phone sounded a little crappy. Hey, you're talking about getting high. What about when Brewer's talking about all the stuff he wants the guy to get when he goes to the supermarket? He's
Right.
just naming off stuff. I need pizza and popcorn and it's all-time classic. And, of course, he feeds it all to the horse, and the horse passes out.
Thanks, Brano. I'll tell you what, I like the scene just in Stripes where Spaulding's going, I want a hamburger. No, I want a cheeseburger. I want French fries.
You'll get nothing and you'll like it. Hey, Bob. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
We're striving. We're sitting here with Joey
two
Paisano, though.
Hey, Joey Paisano, I've been to your restaurant. Great place.
Thank you very much.
One thing. You ever see Twister with Helen Hunt? When they go to the aunt's house and they're making steak and eggs?
Steak and eggs and mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
things of mashed potatoes and gravy with their steak and eggs.
That's it. And the second one you guys are forgetting is cartoons. When the Flintstones are having those big Blano burgers, no bones, no fat, no nothing.
Fred always makes me starving.
Thanks, guys.
How about the sandwiches Fred would have, too? They would be real long, and he'd eat them in like 4 bites.
And the pterodactyl drumsticks. Just gigantic and so delicious looking. They had a pizza thing in there where Barney ate a whole pizza one time. That was meant for 4 people. That looked delicious.
Here's our friend Asia from Uptown. Busy. Asia, how you doing?
Hey.
Hi, baby.
Hey,
Asia.
Hey, Ron.
Fezzy says hey.
Hey, Asia.
Hey, Fezzy.
Hey, your sisters. Hey, Hakima. Hey, Karima.
Are those Catholic names?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh.
But anyway, Soul Food. The movie Soul Food.
I didn't see it.
Oh, my goodness. All they do is eat. Every Sunday they go to their grandmother's house and they have candy yams, mashed potatoes, collard greens, sweet potato pies, apple pies. All they do is cook all day. In the end, the grandmother ended up developing all this high blood pressure because she ate so much.
I'll have to see this movie. Normally, if I'm going to watch a movie with black people, no, I want them shooting each other.
I did see Big Mama's house, and it was a lot of the same thing.
Yeah, they cooked all the time. That's all they did. Every scene, they had a big table full of food.
And it was great. Everything was just greasy and fried up.
All right, Asia, what is Sunday dinner in Harlem?
I know what Sunday dinner is in my house.
Yeah, okay, what is it?
Well, when we go to my grandmother's house, she'll make... She'll probably roast a big chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and there's always rice and peas.
Nice.
And she always makes a sweet potato pie, either that or an apple pie.
And Kool-Aid?
Oh, I don't drink Kool-Aid, no.
Grape soda?
No, but there's always Sprite. My grandmother's a Sprite fanatic.
They love Sprite.
I see a ton of new Kool-Aid commercials out, and they're all African-American families. In fact, the one family is moving into the new house. The neighbors come knocking on the door.
and ask to buy some Kool-Aid.
No, they have a big picture that they made for the neighbors. And they're like, with lemon slices? Yes, we're going to get along just fine.
I don't drink Kool-Aid, but when I was little, my mama, she could make Kool-Aid taste she would throw extra fruit in there.
Really? She did it up right?
It would be like some kind of summer drink or something.
Some kind of summer drink. Fez a Kool-Aid. What was the movie with Kid and Play in it?
House Party?
House Party. Remember when they had the refrigerator on the front porch? And the two big dads were like, go give me one of them Dick Gregory's. They were always eating Dick Gregory.
And I would love to go to Paisanos one day, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. What happened to my date?
He backed out, honey.
We had a mystery date with Asia.
Right.
And what she wanted was to finally find that white guy where he said, guys, step up to the plate that could bring it.
She was looking for her own Robert De Niro. As all the black ladies are looking for. Their own Robert De Niro. Yeah, I know, you're right, and I feel very, very embarrassed about it. But Earl would take you to Paisanos.
Nah.
What is your problem with Earl?
We have tried and tried as a consolation.
Why do you guys keep trying to push Earl on me?
As a consolation prize, we have tried to hook you up with Black Earl.
Okay, you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Please.
If you guys want me to date a white guy, he's gonna really be white.
Okay.
And if I'm gonna date a black guy, he's gonna really be black.
Uh-oh.
See, Earl doesn't fit in either world.
Isn't that sad?
So
all right, we got to do it again.
When Joe Pooh comes back, tell him I'll take him on a date.
Well, Joe Pooh, I think you'd break him in half.
Yeah.
Sure.
He has a problem with the whiskey D.
Even when he hasn't been drinking. He just has trouble with the D.
Yeah, well.
All right, honey, we'll do it one day with you again. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Maybe we'll hook you up with De Niro. I know he would love you.
I told you, Stephen Baldwin, get him in and I'm there.
All right, Stephen Baldwin would be perfect.
We'll see what we can do with Stephen Baldwin.
If not, maybe we can just get you the other Baldwin.
Maybe the next time my grandmother cooks, I'll bring something down there for you guys.
Oh, Earl? We're talking to Asia. She's very interested in you.
You remember Asia, right, Earl?
She likes white guys.
No, she's never dated a white guy. She's never dated a white guy.
It failed, didn't it?
He backed out.
He backed out?
Yeah, he panicked and backed out.
He's nuts.
Did he?
He is totally nuts.
Earl, would you like to go out with her?
She had no interest in me.
What if she did? Would you like to go out with her?
Yeah, why not?
Because she doesn't want to be with you.
I don't know if we should tell you what exactly she said.
She said you remind her of Baby Doc. She thought she was back in Haiti with Baby Doc. You're Haitian, right, Earl?
No.
You're not Haitian.
No.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Why does your dad call you Baby Doc?
Why do you always march in the Haiti Day parade?
Oh, God.
What is your background there, Earl?
I have no idea, but allegedly I am.
Memphis?
I wish. I'd be cool.
Where are you people? Out of the Delta?
Out of Carolinas. The Delta.
Like Michael Jordan. Maybe you're related to Michael Jordan.
Like I said again, I wish I was.
Asian,
I
no
think
it?
you'd be taller.
Not even the slightest interest, right?
No.
Nothing.
That's sad.
I'm sorry.
This is his song, Black Girl. Lenny Kravitz did this song for him. Black Girl. All right, honey, maybe we'll find you a little Japanese guy.
They're too short.
We're going to find you something. Ronnie, when she goes out with a yellow guy, he got to be really yellow.
He got to be yellow.
All right, do we got your number, honey?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I'll give you a call about 3 in the morning. We'll talk the whole thing over.
All right.
Is it a party line?
We can make it one.
Fezzy, come on.
I'm just wondering.
We don't all have party lines. Earl does.
House party live.
All right, Asia.
Okay.
Thank you, Asia. Joey Paisano is here. We are dining on food from Paisanos of Mulberry
Joey,
Street.
let me ask you this. If Earl and Asia went down there, could they get in? Or would it be the... really? Things have changed. Things have changed. This is a great country.
Any table?
Any table.
Really?
Absolutely.
Same entrance, everything.
Wow.
Yes.
Careful, because I don't want to, I don't want to end up kissing Sammy Davis Jr. over here. I don't know why we can't get you somebody.
I know, Baby Doc.
Baby Doc, we try with white girls, we try with black girls.
We've tried. We're running out of women.
You know who might go for you is a retard.
Oh. How about that?
No.
Do we have Mashin's number?
Oh, no.
How'd y'all like to suck my ass? I am not a retard.
Joy, I was down your place the other day. You know what? My mother-in-law tried to buy a bottle of your wine to go.
Oh, yeah?
No delis, right?
No, I can't do it.
She was loving it, though.
Oh, I'll get you one.
Is that your own?
Yeah.
Where do you get the grapes from?
Oh,
Is that right? Very special?
Yeah.
Yes. That's sad about Earl, isn't it? It's actually pitiful.
We've run out of races. We've run out of ethnic backgrounds. We can't hook him up with anybody.
I'd like to drive past the UN with $600 and see if we can't get something for him.
Please. Some crazy Ukrainian girl. Something. Someone who just wants to be in the country.
Why don't the girls like Baby Doc? The Haitian prince.
The Haitian sensation. Baby Doc Douglas.
Oh, he always gets nervous when you bring up his last name is Douglas.
I got the white flag waving at the door.
Right, that's the way they left Haiti, in the middle of the night. We got to take a break here. We'll be right back.
877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. Frequency 1027 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez feasting. Thanks to Joey Paisano. Paisanos of Mulberry Street, 136 Mulberry, between Grant and Hester. Remember, you go in, tell them Ron and Fez sent you, get that free glass of wine.
Ryan?
Right?
Right.
Wine.
What did I say?
You say get a glass of Rhine. Like they're going to squeeze a watermelon, Ryan, and throw it
Ryan. Oh, my gosh. I've had too much already.
That don't make you a bad person. Hey, why won't Gary Blum come in and hang out with us?
I have no idea. What's Gary's problem?
It's very snooty, Gary.
Gary's saying, I remember back in 78 when Disco 92 went on the air.
Again with the disco?
We were walking around with bags of money.
It was bags of money. I'm in the car one time with Shaka Khan.
Good. Hold it.
Yeah, that's a bad microphone.
All right, Gary.
Can't you keep everything straight here? Got fish smell in here and everything.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Go ahead. It's your show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary Blum.
Thanks for letting us have the show.
No, I was talking to Joey.
Oh, I see. You and Joey ready to take on the world now?
Trying to.
That's why we're feeding you all the food.
It's fantastic, too. Thank you very much.
We got quite the feast. Thank you, Joey Paisano.
You know, I remember that time we were down there with Gary, and by the time we ever got done the apps, I thought the meal was over. And the pasta came. I thought, wow, that was a great meal. Then the pasta shows up. I ended up laying down on the floor. All right, we got a guy on tonight from the New York Times, Fezzy.
Randy Cohen. He writes the ethicist column for the New York Times Magazine.
He's got a brand new book out called The Good, the Bad, the Difference, How to Tell Right from Wrong in Everyday Life. We're going to let this guy solve an ethical situation we've been talking about for over a year.
That's true. Friend of mine, Tennille.
Yeah.
We went to the movies one night, and we did what she likes to call a double feature.
Right.
That's where you pay for one movie, you go in and watch it, and then you just sneak into another theater for a different movie at a later showing. She's got no problem with it whatsoever.
So basically, the question is this: is that stealing?
Right. Are you committing theft by doing this?
Right.
877-692-1027.
Now, I don't think it's as bad as, you know, going up to a liquor store with a gun in each hand and saying your money or your life, but you still know that you're stealing.
But is it stealing and you're just trying to cover it up? Are you trying to justify it somehow?
Now, when you went to the movies with her, you were forced into this, Fez?
I felt yes.
And
Yes, I did.
And how did you feel?
Like I was going to get caught any
You
minute.
felt dirty, right? You
Yes.
felt like a scumbag. What two movies did you see?
Well, we actually we went to see Frequency with Dennis Quaid. And then the one we thought we were sneaking into was Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey. That hadn't opened up yet. There was actually a foreign film we snuck into called Me, Myself, and I out of New Zealand.
Oh, great.
And I said...
Baby Doc is in it. Baby Doc Douglas.
And I said, we get what we deserve.
We got Tennille on the line right now, so we're actually going to settle this thing once and for all tonight.
With a guy that knows ethics.
Right.
Randy Cohen.
Now, your opinion, Fez, it's stealing?
If I felt that bad about it, yes, it's got to be bad because I felt shameful.
You sure you did? All right, now we have Tennille on the line. How you doing, Tennille?
Hi, I'm great, thanks.
Hi, Tennille.
Hello.
Now, Tennille, we are going to settle this tonight with the help of the New York
Times. Are we really going to
Times.
settle it? You mean you're never going to bring it up again?
No, this will be it. This will be it after tonight.
Okay.
Now, you do this all the time?
Do I do this all the time? Well,
Yeah.
not all the time. In my day, I did. Right now, I'm a little bogged down. But,
Oh, what's that, with the baby?
yes.
All right, now that you have the baby, are you teaching the baby to steal, too?
Absolutely. I brought her to several movies so far, and I haven't even paid for her.
No.
Oh.
That doesn't count.
All right, but, you know, it is. But you got the other kid. You lie about his age?
No. I don't do that.
All right, let me ask you this. You take food to the movies with you?
Oh, sometimes a 4-course meal.
No, seriously, do you?
I always take food. As a matter of fact, I did take the kids a couple weeks ago, my son and a friend, and I didn't have any cash for running out the door, and I just popped some microwave popcorn in the microwave and took it with us.
How did you get the big popped up bag of popcorn in there?
You're going in there with 3 kids in a big diaper bag.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you just go run into the front with a sawed-off shotgun and refuse to pay?
Now, come on.
Then I would have respect for
You're
it.
telling me you see no difference between... Well, first of all, I mean, come on. Talk about crimes. What they charge for popcorn at the movies, that is a crime.
I do admit it is very expensive. It is very expensive at the theater.
And it's $10 a ticket before you even get to the snack bar.
Yeah, and
ridiculous.
if in New York City it's $10 a ticket, and you get, if you take a family of 4 goes out at $60 by the time you get out of there.
Easily.
$60.
Easily. I'd say that for a family of 4, that's cheap, $60.
All right, now hold on. There's some people agreeing with you, so we'll take some calls before we get the ethicist on with us, Randy Cohen. Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. You're on with Ron and Fez and Tennille.
Now, you do the same thing, Kevin?
Well, I say it's a victimless crime, and to quote Nelson from The Simpsons, it's kind of like punching someone in the dark.
All right, now, it's not a victimless crime because the victim would be the theater company, right?
Yeah, those poor theater companies.
Well, it's not like they don't go out of business. What was the one that just rolled over like 5 months ago? One of the big ones.
Okay, but wait, can I tell you why it's a victimless crime?
Yeah.
They're playing the movie anyway. It's not like if you didn't go in there, then they wouldn't play it.
Wow, that's a good point. That is good.
So, if they had to start up the movie, that would be a problem.
If they had to start it just for me,
Yeah.
then it would be a crime. And you know what? If they had to start it up just for me, they'd probably notice I was there and make me pay.
All right, let's suppose this. All right, let's suppose this. That's like saying if you broke into a hotel, slept there, but washed the sheets in the morning and made the bed, that's not a crime.
Well, was the room available?
The beds were there anyway.
Yeah. You can't do that. You can't get away with that. Listen, if it was such a crime, they'd have better security.
Oh, so it's their problems. Every burglar will say the same thing.
I don't really think it's anybody's problem because the only one who seems to have a problem with it is you.
No, all right. But, every burglar will say this. The only reason why I'm doing this is because that son of a bitch in the White House is keeping people from working. They're always ready to blame. Where's the black man going to get a job? Where's the black man going to get a job? All right, hold on.
If it's like a new movie,
right?
Then you can't do it anyway because there's no way. Here's where I would draw the line. I wouldn't sneak into a movie and keep somebody who paid for the ticket from getting in.
How do you know?
Because the movies that I sneak into, the second features, have never been full to capacity. If it's a brand new movie, then I won't do it.
And that time we did it, we went to see a stupid foreign film.
And they were going to be showing it for nobody. Do you remember? It was like
so they did turn it on for you.
We did them a favor.
Yes, exactly.
And then you're sitting there eating your food from home.
No, but at that point, we actually we did.
Yeah.
Didn't we go to the candy store beforehand?
Your coat pockets were full, Tennille.
Yeah, that's true.
We had M&Ms and Twizzlers.
That's true.
All right, now here's Pete. Pete works for a theater company. Hey, Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
Hello?
Pete.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you, Pete?
All right. I just want to let her know that what she's doing is stealing. It's called theft of service. And we've prosecuted people who refuse to leave after jumping movies.
Oh, I wouldn't refuse to leave if I got caught.
Oh, I see. So it's not illegal unless you get caught.
Ah.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't illegal. I just said it's not
illegal.
a crime.
Well, I see.
All right, you're saying it's illegal but not a crime to you, Tennille.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. She's brilliant.
What, Pete, what about the sneaking your own food in?
Well, that's not illegal, but many theaters, at least the better ones, keep outside food out.
Now, what would you do
if
if
you bring it in? They say you can't bring it in.
What would you do if you caught somebody bringing their own microwave popcorn from home?
we would tell them they have to leave it outside in their car. They can't come inside with outside food, no matter what.
Tennille, you're like Bonnie and Clyde over there.
Listen, I think it's pretty harmless. And you know what? That first time somebody tells me don't do it, then I won't do it. I mean, if somebody somebody of authority, not you, tells me that I shouldn't do it.
All right, well, Pete, here's Pete saying you shouldn't do it. He works for a theater company.
Okay, but when I go to Pete's Theater, which one do you work at so I know not to go there?
I'm not going to tell you.
So everybody
everybody
has to tell you specifically.
Okay. No, if somebody stops me and says, sorry, you really can't do that, I'm not going to put up a fight. I'll say
But what if you go to a CD store and you take one and nobody stops you? It's not stealing?
That's different.
Why is that different?
Because that was something that the CD is an actual thing that was not going to be given. I mean, the movie's playing anyway, whether I'm in there or not.
It doesn't matter if the movie's playing anyway. You're seeing something and you haven't paid for it.
The movie's not tangible.
Right.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand intellectual property.
I'm trying to think of another point. But
she's trying to justify that she's cheap.
I'll admit it.
All right, thanks a lot, Pete.
And she's stupid.
Oh, no, she's not stupid.
No, that's for sure.
She's a master criminal. And also, I think Tennille's a very hot chick, and I think hot chicks get away with a lot of stuff in life. Where the rest of us are always footing the bill, Fezzy. Hot girls, everything. I think it's because they get free drinks.
Excuse me, wait. Says, if you remember, it was not just you and I at the movies. There were several of us.
Right, and we had to sneak in shifts.
Okay.
And I got really nervous.
Okay, but nervous.
Did you have to put on blackface?
It was, and nobody. You were the only one who was nervous.
All right, hold on. Here's Vincent. Vincent, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Vincent.
Fez.
Go ahead,
Hello?
buddy.
Okay. Listen, as far as the technicality goes, it is illegal to do it, but do I think it's ethical? I think it's absolutely ethical. I agree with her 100%.
Thank you.
When do the movie studios think that charging $10 to go see an hour and a half flick that, in most cases, isn't even good? When do they think that was okay? So if you're going to a movie theater and you're spending another $15 on popcorn,
All right, let's do this though, Vincent. The same thing. A lot of midtown places have a steak that's $30 instead of a normal price. It don't mean that you can just eat half the steak and run out of there.
No, I agree.
And I mean, it's a ridiculous price, but the price is set up. You're not forced to go there.
Well,
or people should start taking Mercedes because no one can afford to have one.
Because that's a crazy price for a car. F that, I'm taking it.
Well, as far as the whole steak thing goes, you got a number of other places you can go to get the same steak at a cheaper price.
Like Paisano's.
Right, go to Paisano where it's very, very reasonable. I thank you, Vincent.
But the difference is also you're paying for the one movie. It's not like you're completely busting in the door.
All right, that's the same way that you got basic cable and then you jimmied your box to get all the channels, right,
I did
Danielle?
not do that. I didn't do that. All my friends have done. I'm the only one I know who pays for cable.
Really?
Yes.
Because you're a good person.
Yes. And that's I don't think I would do that one. I pick and choose my victimless crimes.
Here's what we're trying to tell you. It's not a victimless crime. They're a victim.
Okay. And are you going to go back to the thing about the baseball game and moving up the seats?
Now, that one I kind of also feel is, well, again, if you get caught,
you're going to have to move.
Yeah, you're going to have to move.
So if you get caught, you have to move.
We'll ask Randy Cohen, the ethicist.
And they'll actually throw you out of a ball game sometimes if you go walking up.
They don't throw you out. They tell you to move.
No, you can be thrown out of it.
Sometimes at a Broadway show, if there are empty seats, if you've paid a lesser price, you're sitting up in the mezzanine, and the show at intermission, there are empty seats in the orchestra. They will allow you to go sit and fill in those seats.
When I'm at a Broadway show, I try to sit as far away as I possibly can. Sometimes just outside, where I can smoke properly.
Ronnie doesn't like a lot of theater.
I don't like the singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, well then...
All right, hold on. Here's Mike. Mike has something to add here to Neil. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Yeah.
What I was saying is she was saying that it's okay just because they're playing the movie that anyone can go in there, but that's just like planes. Planes have... Not everyone flies on the plane. The planes are not always booked, so then you can just get a free ticket and hop on.
But a plane's going to fly anyway, with or without
It's going to
people.
fly anyway, so you can't get a free ticket because there's open seats.
But you can change seats on a plane. They don't mind that.
But you got to ask first.
That you could do.
Also, the prices go if the plane is not as full. The prices are going to be more expensive to get a ticket.
Not at the
But
last
you're
minute.
paying something though. You have to pay something, and
That's
there's
true.
just
So you know what they should do? If the movie, maybe they should have a thing. We should start something here at the movie theaters. If the movies aren't full, then they should stand inside. Once you're already in the theater, if you've already seen one movie, you can go to the other movie for $1.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm all for that, but when you start your own theater chain, then you can set up rules like that. But you can't do it,
Well, let's
they should have a movie like they have Patient's Bill of Rights, or they should have a movie or a customer's Bill of Rights, what you can and cannot do.
A Patient's Bill of Rights.
All right, let me tell you this. Nowadays with movies, by the time you've seen the trailer, you've seen the whole damn movie anyway. I feel like once I've seen the trailer.
Let's just forget going to the movies. Let's wait till they come out on cable.
Well, now my
and
dad...
watch them free there.
My dad's like, hey, that'll be on ABC in 2 years. Why would I ever pay? All right, do we have the guy on yet from the New York Times? Do we have Randy on?
Randy Cohen. It's his book, The Good, the Bad, and the Difference. How to tell right from wrong in everyday life.
And Danielle will finally settle this little problem. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if Randy agrees with you, I'll start sneaking in movies. But if Randy agrees with me, you got to stop this, Danielle.
Okay, I'll stop.
We'll see what Randy Cohen has to say.
And again, I think it's because she's cute and they get away with everything.
It's not true.
So I bet she's never bought a drink for herself when she goes into a bar. I bet the drinks just fly at her.
Have you ever bought a drink to Neil?
As a matter of fact, I bought a drink Saturday night at a bar.
Really? One drink?
Yes, I did.
It's because she's hot.
Yes. Of course. They get away with everything.
That was the only drink I had, and I bought it.
All right, here we have Randy Cohen on. Has the book again?
The book is The Good, the Bad, and the Difference, How to Tell Right from Wrong in Everyday Life. That's available at bookstores everywhere right now.
Randy, welcome to Ron and Fez. How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me on.
Well, we're in the middle of a huge debate here.
And this has been going on for a while.
It's been going on for over a year, hasn't it, Tennille?
I think so, at least.
So we called her tonight. Here's the situation, and Randy, I believe you're the only person that can settle this.
I pity you then, but I'll do my best.
All right, Tennille goes to movies.
I don't do it all the time.
She does. Whenever you do go to a movie, she calls it...
No, that's not true. Not whenever. Sometimes.
All right, sometimes she goes to movies. She calls it double feature night.
Yes.
And after she watches her first movie, as she's slipping out, she'll quick dash into another movie, dive on the floor, crawl across the ground.
So not like that.
All right, but she sneaks into another theater and watches the movie. Now, here's what the question is. Ethically, is she stealing that second movie?
I'm afraid I have to hold on now and go call the cops.
Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, Lord.
They're tracing the line to Neil.
It's a sad thing, but I gather she's very attractive and will speak to the judge.
There we go.
It won't go hard with her.
Everybody knows, Tennille, you get away with murder.
That is so not true. That's so not true because, I mean, then Fez, then you're claiming that you got in because, you're really hot and they saw you get in and...
He's hot to some people.
Not everyone.
That's not the
Now, Randy, I mean, is that definitely stealing the second movie, or...
Economists have a term for it. It's called the free rider problem. And it's like sneaking onto the subway. You can say, well, they're running the subway anyway. I don't add any cost to them. They're showing the movie anyway. I'm not adding to their expenses. But the catch is, if everybody does what you do, the movie goes broke, the subway goes broke, and Time Warner Cable goes broke. It might be nice if Time Warner Cable went broke.
Let's get this straight. I don't sneak on the subway and I don't steal cable.
Well,
anymore.
No, I never did either of those things.
A sort of good ethical rule is if someone says, I don't do it all the time, it's probably bad.
I see.
Okay. I agree with you about the subway.
Now, Randy, she's also bringing her own food to the movies.
That I got asked in the column, can you bring your own food into the movies? And originally I thought not. I thought since it's a voluntary thing, you should agree to follow their rules. You can go 2 hours without eating. People do that every week in church, where they have, like, most churches and synagogues have very limited concession stand. But I've come around. I believe you can sneak food into the movies. That what you agree to do when you buy a movie ticket is see a movie, not buy a $50 tub of popcorn. If they want you to buy food at the concession stand, they should make it attractive for you to do so, not prevent you from bringing in other food with those popcorn-sniffing dogs they seem to have.
All right, by the same thing, what if I go to Paisanos and I figure, I'll also bring my own side dishes. From this point on, I'm going to bring my own potatoes from home.
Because I love the atmosphere.
Right.
But I'd really like to bring my own side dish.
Fair question. And here's the distinction I make. You can't undermine the essential function of the place, which is to say, when you go to a bar, you agree to buy liquor, you can't sneak liquor. And when you go to a pastry shop, you agree to buy pie, you can't bring your own pie. No food into a restaurant. But if the restaurant, says you can only buy newspapers here and they cost $20, you can bring your newspaper in.
Okay, but, a lot of the theater chains are saying the only reason why they can keep movies down at $10 a ticket is because they make their money off those $6 tubs of popcorn.
That's true. That most of the profit in a movie theater comes from the concession stand, but that's tough. It doesn't mean their profits are not the only ethical guideline. If it means by are all sneaking pizza into the movie theater that they raise their prices, well, so be it.
Okay, so according to Randy Cohen, the ethicist, sneaking into another movie free, wrong.
Right.
Sneaking in your own food, no problem.
All right, so you're okay, Tennille, on the sneaking in your own food stuff.
Okay. Good. And Fez, when you brought your own cupcakes to that bakery that one time, I guess that was okay,
You
too.
did?
You can't bring cupcakes
I enjoy my own cupcakes. Thank you.
You feel good diving out on your friends, Tennille?
I was kidding.
You're going to fold under questioning. I see this right away.
It was a joke.
Okay. All right, Tennille, thank you very much, honey.
Okay, thank you. I'll never sneak into another movie again. Thank you so much for setting me straight.
All right. See, I think she's being sarcastic.
I think that's sarcasm, and she's going to continue to double feature.
Right.
Well, if I do, You will not know about it.
And,
for sure.
And also, don't go into Macy's and put 5 bras on and walk out of there.
Oh, I can't do that anymore?
No, those days are over.
Oh, man.
All right, thank you, honey.
Okay, bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Danielle.
All right, thanks for that one, Randy.
My pleasure.
That settled a big problem.
All right,
Thank
Randy,
you.
here's another one that came up tonight. What about the, you're at a ball game, you're in a general admission seat, can you move up?
I say yes. The Houston Astros say no. But then again, they live in Houston.
Right.
Picture it like when you picture someone like me sitting in the theater. It seems like taking advantage to move in a theater or in the ballpark to move to a better seat. But picture a little kid. You know, how is justice served by depriving that kid of a better seat if no one is sitting there? I say you bought your bleacher seats in good faith. If there's a chance to move 20 rows further, you harm no one.
Well,
Go ahead and do it.
Except for the guy who's paying, $35, $40 for those seats, and all of a sudden he's got some guy and his 4 kids sitting up there in front of him, and they're paying $1.25 each.
Well, you mean the guy that sits near you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that happens every time you get on an airline. There's a guy sitting next to you who's paid a different price than you. You don't have to pay more just to cheer him up. Or maybe if you paid $1 million for your seat, he'd really feel happy, but that's not your ethical obligation. People buy things at the same thing at different prices all the time. Wow. What you do have to do is if the people who own those tickets, who hold those seats, come, you have to cheerfully and courteously move, right?
But here's what, it's very hit and miss with you, Randy. I'm noticing it right here. There's no kind of rule of thumb here.
Sure it is. The rule of thumb gets tricky when, if it's a matter of law, we've all, one way or another, agreed to obey the laws. That's democracy. That's a good thing. But rules can't be imposed arbitrarily. You didn't have a say in the rules. And rules have to be fair and honorable. And to arbitrarily keep someone out of a seat because someone sitting near them will feel bad seems arbitrary. Human happiness doesn't gain from that. Yeah?
Okay.
To force someone to buy popcorn or go hungry, that's arbitrary. It minimizes human freedom. But expect to be paid for the movie you produced, that seems reasonable. It all seems quite consistent to me.
I don't know. I would just feel so embarrassed when I get caught doing any of this stuff.
I know. If it feels shameful, then it's probably wrong.
That's interesting. Thomas Jefferson thought what you just said. He wrote a sort of famous letter to a friend of his, a kid named Francis Epps, who said you should always act as if everyone in the community could see what you were doing. But then none of us could take a shower.
None of us could run a batch.
Yeah, ethicists call that kind of guideline transparency. Act as if everyone in the community knew what you were doing. And that's often a really good guide. I mean, usually if you're ashamed of something, the odds are very good that you should be. But not always. That if you were down on a plantation in 1850, you wouldn't be ashamed to own slaves, because everybody in the community did, but you should be ashamed.
All right, good point there. Because sometimes community standards is why the federal government stepped in the first place, or Mississippi never would have changed. We had to roll tanks into that place.
Yeah. You can't always go by just what your neighbors think.
Right.
All right, Randy, let me switch gears here. Here's a situation from Ronnie and I's personal lives.
Oh, God.
I gave Ronnie a lovely Christmas gift one year. All right? It was a Notre Dame replica stadium. Just beautiful. Now, what happened was I ordered one for Ronnie. I ordered one for my brother. They kept showing up at the door. I actually ended up getting 4 of them, and I only paid for 2. Then, after that, I started getting refund checks for the 2 that I bought. So actually, I ended up getting 4 of these things free. Ronnie says I still owe him a Christmas gift since that didn't cost anything.
True. But the fact is, now, you also have one that you never sent back, Fez?
I have them all, yeah.
All right, so that's kind of stealing, right, Randy?
Yeah, that's kind of stealing, I'm afraid.
Well, I didn't do it. It's my fault.
It may not be your fault, but when you drop your wallet near me accidentally, I'm going to give it back. That someone's careless error isn't your profit opportunity. You would want other people, if you made a careless mistake, not to exploit it, but to offer you normal help, to say, hey, you dropped your wallet.
All right, I always thought the rule of thumb that was there was you return the wallet, but you relieve them of the cash. As a little way of saying...
New York rule.
Yeah.
Because they're always happy to get their driver's license and credit cards back.
They'll give you a reward.
And then you take care of it in case they're the kind of person that does a reward. All right, so any ethic questions that you have, it's 877-692-1027. The name of the book, Fez.
The name of the book is The Good, the Bad, and the Difference, How to Tell Right from Wrong in Everyday Life by Randy Cohen. He's our guest this evening.
All right, here's Cheryl. Cheryl, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're calling the gang.
Is it stealing if you're in a department store on Thursday night and you watch all the Friends?
All right, so a lot of guys do this at the mall on the weekends. They'll sit and watch the football games while their wife is shopping. But, I mean, aren't you, you're basically trying out that TV, aren't you, Randy?
Yeah, I'm with you there. The store puts the TVs on for you to watch. Who knows? The picture will be so beautiful. You'll walk home with one. And they're certainly free to ask you to leave. If they ask you to leave, no hitting, right?
Right.
But sure, it's on display. Can you look at a book at the bookstore? Yes, you can. They've invited you to. It's just fine.
All right, but what if you go to the bookstore and you start doing some research?
Yeah, you're getting info at the Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, it gets tricky. There's a lot of kids doing their homework there, too.
Right. Although now at Barnes & Noble, they set up tables and kind of let you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think the store seems to understand and to encourage people to do it, and as long as it's okay with them, it's okay with me.
All right, what about this, Randy? I think it's in your book. What if you, go to an electronics store, you're checking out different camcorders, that sort of thing. You have no intention of buying it. You just want to try everything out. Then you go buy it on the Internet for a much cheaper price. You've used that store to get your info, and then you're buying on the Internet.
Yeah, I think the key word here is intention. Everyone's allowed to shop around. Just because you go in a store and look at something doesn't mean you have to buy it at that store. But if you go in the store with absolutely no intention to buy it, and you're determined to buy it somewhere else, and you're using their time, you're using their facilities, that is taking advantage. That is unethical.
All right, here's our buddy, the heckler. He always likes to talk about ethics all the time.
He wishes he had some.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's going to buy some.
Nice. He's shopping around.
Hey, Heckler, you're on with Randy Cohen.
Hey, Heckler.
How you doing, Mr. Cohen? I enjoy your column every Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Big fan of it. I had a question that was discussed on the show a while ago. Imagine a 12-step program at a meeting, and it's supposed to be anonymous, and somebody gets up and confesses murder. If I go report that person, am I being ethical, or is this unethical because it's supposed to be anonymous and confidential?
Yeah, the ethicists call these the duty to report questions. And that's what I get more than any other kind. Like if you find out that the wife of your best friend is having an affair, do you have to tell? If someone's stealing supplies out of your office, do you have to tell? I think if something is significant harm is going to be done, if someone is going to commit a murder and they announce that it's a 12-step program, you absolutely have to tell. If they have committed a murder, it's a little tougher. But I say you do. I say that murder is so heinous a crime that your obligation to report it exceeds the obligations of privacy.
What about the extent of the crime itself? What if it's something not murder? Say it's child molestation. This guy's a pedophile, and you know he's unstable. And
What'd you do, Heckler?
Heckler's living in sin, or he's living with his own guilt.
God, we were talking about sneaking into Crocodile Dundee 3.
It's called imagination, fellows. Come on.
The time when you unambiguously have to report is when someone is going to commit a crime. I think that's why so many people are concerned about pedophile priests. It's not just what they did in the past, it's that their superiors knew they were likely to harm others in the future. And to not tell then, to prevent wrongdoing that you know will happen, is truly unethical, horribly unethical.
Randy, is it time we start taking torches to these Catholic churches and just burn them out of their holes?
Taking torches to the churches?
Yeah, and just burn them out of their holes.
I don't know.
All right, let me know, because I don't know.
Mr. Cohen, I have one final comment, please.
Yes, certainly, yes.
Yes, you there, sir, in the back, Heckler.
Thank you. Was Mr. Spock correct when he said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few on Star Trek?
I swear when I see you, I'm going to strangle you.
Thank you, Heckler.
They call that utilitarianism, doing the greatest good for the greatest number. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's democracy is based on that idea, but here's the counter argument. That say we knew if we take a completely innocent guy and hang him in the town square, we do another one every day as a lesson to any would-be criminals. This is what we'll do. Well, it might keep down crime, and it might do the greatest good for the greatest number, but the guy that you're hanging isn't going to see it that way. There are certain fundamental rights that even in pursuit of the good for the many, you can't overrule.
We're talking to ethicist Randy Cohen. Randy, let me ask you this. What about that MP3 situation from last year?
I get that one a lot, usually from guilty college kids. You can read the guilt just oozing off the email.
They all blamed Metallica because Metallica wants to make money on their own music. They became the Antichrist.
Yeah, what nerve? It seems pretty basic. It seems people have the right to be paid for their work. If a band wants to give away their music online, they're welcome to, but you don't get to decide that for them. It's their music, it's their call. No, it's all but stealing, yeah.
Okay, so to get back to the other question, you find out your friend is being cheated on by his wife. Do you go to your friend or you just drop it?
I think that's the hardest question I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Because, every marriage has its own rules, and you don't know what he knows. You don't know what he knows, but would rather pretend he doesn't know.
Right.
It's really tough. And you shouldn't be so quick to toss a hand grenade into somebody else's marriage. This is very intimate stuff. So the question is, how can you best help your friend? That's your ethical obligation, their happiness. And to sort that out, you have to ask yourself, does he want to know? So how do you know if he wants to know? Well, in Randy land, on your driver's license where there's that spot you check if you want to be an organ donor?
Right.
There'd be a thing you would check, I want to know, I don't want to know. Which is all by way of saying that if you're not sure that your friend wants to know, keep your mouth shut. But if you think he wants to know and you're really confident that he wants to know, tell him.
I would just tell everybody but him. I think that's the way to do it. Tell all his friends.
And then eventually it'll get back.
Sure, it always
and
does.
And you're left out of that loop.
It always does. All right, here is Rob. Rob, you're on Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Randy, huge fan. I actually started reading the magazine because of your article.
Wow, man, thank you.
No problem. Here's the problem. I'm a police officer candidate, or actually I was, for the New York City Police Department. I was rejected because basically I was honest to them. During the psychological interview, they asked you if you drink or not, and basically what I was told afterwards, after my rejection, from people on the job was that that's a question you lie to. I, of course, was honest, feeling that, being an ethical job would behoove me to be forthright and honest with them. But afterwards, I was told by almost everybody who was on the force that they all lied to that question, and that's the only way to get onto the job.
You mean if you do you drink? They mean like if you have a beer at the end of the day that you can't be a police officer?
Basically the stock answer is that I only drink on religious occasions and family holidays.
That seems unbelievable. I had no idea. That's unbelievable. I think what you need to talk to is not me, but is someone who handles labor law.
I appealed the case and was rejected. I actually hired a quite well-noted psychologist to help me appeal the case and was rejected by that. And I'm going to sue the department. I didn't want it to get to that point.
Sure, yeah.
But, I want to get on the job. And I feel that, it's unfair to, have been honest and be denied the job when, isn't that the point of being a police officer, is that from the start you have to be upright, forthright?
I don't know if I've ever got one job I didn't lie to get into. Every single job, I think I've lied.
I've always lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a degree of fudging, obviously, when you say, are you a hard worker? Of course you lie and say yes, even if you're not. That's
very subjective.
No, I've made up other jobs.
Right.
That I never had.
You make up names, everything else.
Yeah, make up
You said
references.
you were 24.
But, my
That's my
last boss
waist.
has the same phone number as me, but,
Sigh.
and the same name as my mom. But, every cop I talked to said, man, you should have talked to me before you went into there. I would have told you what answers to give them.
That's astonishing. I had no idea.
Yeah. Ask around, and I've been told for almost every department it's the same thing.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Rob.
All right, man.
Hey, thank you, Rob. Randy, on the job situation, what if your friend's up for a job and you get called as the reference and you know this guy's a screw-up and yet you give him just a gleamy review?
I think the technical term for that is lying.
Right.
I'd like to go along with it. Your friend seems like a really nice person, but, I really can't.
I only do that for relatives, but I got to get them off my teat.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
it.
All right, here, by the way, the book is The Good, the Bad, and the Difference, How to Tell the Right from Wrong in Everyday Life. Available bookstores everywhere. We'll take one more call for you, Randy.
Great.
Here is Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez with Randy Cohen.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I want to know if it's ethically wrong to watch my next door neighbor change every morning in the bathroom.
Now, this happens every single morning?
Just about, when she's going to work.
Can we have the address?
I leave all my lights out, and I just sit there and wait for her lights to go on.
No. Ethically, I think you're doing the right thing, my friend.
And it's not like I tell anybody.
No, but, and are you sitting there enjoying it yourself, batching?
It's hard because, she's only in there for a couple minutes getting ready to go in the shower. And,
yeah.
You got to be pretty quick.
I think it's okay to watch her in the shower, but not on the toilet. Please.
Oh, no.
Oh, she knows what she's doing. She's giving the neighborhood a show.
All right, let's see how Randy feels about that one.
I've gotten this question in the column more than once.
Well, I mean, if you're in New York City...
And who said she knows what she's doing?
That was Fez.
Yeah. I'm with Fez. If you live in New York City and you have your curtains up, you know you have neighbors, you know what you're doing, you choose to do this, then fine. She's an adult. Good luck to her. If someone does it once by accident, then you should respect their privacy if it's clearly a mistake. But when it happens every night, she's decided it's fine with her, and that's okay with me.
All right, Randy, on the other side of that, you're living in Manhattan, and you got a telescope like half the people here. You know you can't see any damn stars.
I assumed there was a great interest in astronomy here.
Randy Cohen, thank you very much, my friend.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime you want to come back.
I'd like that.
Thanks, Randy.
Bye-bye.
His book is The Good, the Bad, and the Difference, How to Tell Right from Wrong in Everyday Life. That's available at bookstores everywhere. Randy Cohen from New York Times Magazine, The Ephesus.
All right, I always go with Gary Blum when he says, you don't tell nothing. You give them nothing, zip, nada.
Is it cheating if you're cheating yourself? I mean, if you
like
cheating
What's
on
that
a test,
mean?
I'd say you're just cheating yourself, right? Is that cheating?
No.
I mean, what do you...
On a drug test, yes.
No, but what are you hurting? If you're like in college...
Right.
Okay, and the professor is a paraplegic.
Right.
Okay, but very smart, and he's sitting up in the front.
He's a smart paraplegic.
Stephen Hawking's teaching you about the universe. Go ahead.
And he can't walk back to see what anybody's doing. So 80% of the class is cheating.
Right.
Okay, and this guy has no idea. But they're cheating themselves because, it's a test for statistics
but they're not
psychology.
But you're not only cheating yourself, you're cheating the people who actually went out and learned the thing, and everybody's being great.
Why are you cheating them? What's the difference? I mean, one guy who learned it is going to go be an accountant. Another guy who learned it is going to go be the policeman unless he takes a drink.
Right.
Another guy is going to go out and start a restaurant.
All right, but if it was good...
Like Joey. And
if it was okay, why would they call it cheating? That's the situation. Here's the difference between me and most people. I would cheat in a heartbeat on that paraplegic. And then I would sit here and went, I cheated. I don't know why people who cheat or steal have to suddenly feel good about it.
But who'd you hurt?
All right, let's say it's a high school test, and it's a SAT, and you cheat on it somehow. And
That's different.
And you get into a good college, and someone else doesn't who's studying.
Right, and
you took their spot.
And black girl doesn't get in.
So what Fez
he'll get in.
Well, he'll get in.
There's programs for that.
Sure he will. He still won't get laid, but he'll get in. All right, but what Fez, and I don't know because,
See, that's why that guy Randy Cohen was ethical, because he's a Jew. They don't go in anywhere. No programs.
Why would you suddenly throw in the Jew?
How much Paisanos wine did you have tonight?
Why bring up Jew? Why does that matter?
They don't get in anywhere.
Yeah.
So they got to cheat.
No. Jews cheat less than anybody. Less than even the Asians, I believe. Who rarely cheat. All right, but here's
Gary,
what Fez
explain to everyone that you're Jewish, please.
No, let him sound Italian. That would be a better story. What Fez is saying, and I didn't go to college, so I don't know. But what Fez is saying is that college with that grade point average is a competitive thing.
Not once you're in, though.
Yes, once you're in, isn't it, Fez?
You're competing for a dean's list and honor list and things like that.
But when those corporations show up on campus for job interviews,
but if you got a C,
and all you have is a GPA to show for yourself, you have no work experience. That's what's going to be the difference.
But if you got a D average and you cheat to get a C average, nobody gives a crap anyway. So you're not going anywhere anyway. I mean, you're going to wind up.
Who would cheat to get a C?
Somebody who thought they were going to.
I literally would. I was so bad I actually went like this to the girl next to me. Here, why don't you just fill this out for me? Because I'm confused, and don't get me 100, or else they'll come asking me questions.
It'll look suspicious.
Give me like a B- or so. Maybe B, tops. Let's go crazy and get me about an 80. But it is a competitive situation.
Yes, definitely.
Now, I'd have to hear from college students on that one, Fezzi, because I have no idea what happens in college.
And you're probably competing for scholarships, too, some of these people. So that's actually taking money.
But it's the same way. You could say, all right, suppose you have drugs and you're stepping on it. All right? Suppose you get crystal meth. And what you buy, you turn around and you step on it. Those same guys go, hey, if I send out the real product, I'd have people ODing. Forget that. Let them take their chances. That's what I always said to my dealer. Let me roll with it.
Ronnie, thank you for giving Gary a metaphor he can understand. Thank you.
No, there's Gary. He's got his Coke and his mannitol, and he's cutting it with baby laxative. And then he's turning around thinking he's giving the rest of us a benefit here.
877-692-1027.
I don't know about the college thing. Roy, did you go to college?
At all?
Yeah.
You're a rich boy. You bought your test, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you bought your button.
You must have cheated all the way through.
The thing that Gary brought up, are you cheating just on yourself or against everybody else?
I think you're cheating on everybody else, but I didn't really care because I got my way through anyway.
Of course not.
Didn't matter.
What does everybody else lose? They can't get into the Ron and Fez show to be a producer?
Oh, that was a nice shot at Rory.
Right? You didn't cheat, you lost.
All right, let me get my guy with the master's degree in here.
All right, he should know. He's had more schooling than everyone in the room combined.
Yeah. Al Dukes, get in here.
And works for all of us.
Right.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
You can't come popping in here as gay as a cricket.
All right, get your big gay diploma in here.
Al, you have a master's degree?
Yes, I do.
From where?
Indiana State University.
You heard the situation that Gary brought up. If you're cheating, how are you cheating on anybody else other than yourself? And what he's saying is he can live with it. He can live with the fact that he's cheating himself.
Because then, like, I come to apply for a job, they think I have a master's degree, and they think I've taken all the classes, all the requirements, and I really haven't. I'm lying to them, and they're not getting an as qualified person that they think they are.
Isn't that exactly what happened to us?
If they got to know you, they'd be confused anyway.
It's got to be exactly what happened to us. You have no skills.
Let me ask you something. You got a master's in degree in this, right?
Yes, I
You
did.
never cheated once?
No, in grade school I think I did a couple times, but never beyond.
Grade school. What, you'd look to see what the color red was?
You picked your nose with the wrong finger?
He peeked up and saw the president's pictures up there and he was able to write it down. All right, we'll come back to a lot of people want to bring up the college thing. Now, Gary's, of course, lit this up. Fezzi, Paisanos, what's better?
Nothing better than Paisanos of Mulberry Street, the heart of Little Italy, 136 Mulberry between Grant and Hester. Joey Paisano's in here with us tonight, feeding us a feast.
Joey, yes. You never cheat on your customers. That's why I love you. Because the food is always perfect.
You never scrimp, my friend.
Right, absolutely not. If Gary's running that thing, you're getting a little less food than you expected.
Who's it hurt? You should be dieting anyway.
All right, that's on the instant feedback. In college, the Russians cheat the most. There you have it, Fez.
Oh, no.
It's the Russians. That shocks me.
Again, the Ruskies.
All right, we'll be back with this cheating in college stuff. 877-692-1027. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
102.7 WNEW.
Did you hear I finally graduated?
Yeah, in just a shade under a decade, too. All right.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Hit it on the exam. We're out of Fez. 877-692-1027.
All right, that Randy Cohen, he starts his trouble, Fezzi, and then he leaves. And same with Gary Blum.
Randy Cohen, the ethicist, see, we had him on talking about his book. And then afterwards, Gary Blum, who works here at WNEW, brings up, you know how in college they're always saying, if you cheat on a test, you're just cheating yourself. Are you really cheating others? So that's the situation we're in now. 877-692-1027.
Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
What can we do for you, sweetheart?
Oh, I was a TA for a class at a university, and I found one of my students crimp pencil. He had taken, I guess, the notes that he needed for another test and wrote it on a pencil, and then when I went to ask him to borrow a pencil, he gave me his crimp sheet, basically.
Steep.
And then he kind of, you know...
So what you do about it? You act like you didn't know? You act like you didn't know, right?
Well, I took it at first, and then he got, like, worried. Like, he wanted to take it back from me, and then I started to look at it. I just said, okay, I think I'll keep this. But it wasn't for my class, and he was in enough trouble as it was.
All right, so you didn't squeal on him?
No.
But you did keep it till the end of the year.
I just kept it, yeah.
All right, if I'm in Stephanie's case, I give the pencil back to the kid. Because he needed that to pass the test.
Well, I figured he already took the test, so he probably didn't need it anymore.
All right, thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks.
All right, here is Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, what's up, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
And I got a question. How about having, like, surgery from a doctor who cheated on his tests?
Oh, God, that's the scariest thought I've ever had.
That's awful.
The guy, like, you know, cheats on a day when he has to take out your kidney, and
Right.
he actually tries to do it. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, Jesus, I wish I would have studied. He's sweating down in your open wound.
He cheated on kidney day.
All right, thanks, Jim. And you know those guys are cheating their asses off, those doctors.
Sure. All right,
Especially
now
those guys that go to Haiti to get a degree and all that crap.
Those Caribbean colleges.
Right.
Medical schools. All right, now that is a case of cheating in school is hurting more than just yourself.
Sure, you're hurting the other person's kidney. All right, here's Craig. Craig, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Craig. Craig.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Okay, I took finals about 2 weeks ago, and I had a friend who gave me the test to the calculus final the day before because he took it early. What do you think?
That's cheating.
Right.
But it's not like I studied the exact test. He just wrote down some questions and some topics. But the test was really hard.
All right, I'll have to, let me check. Let me get Al Dukes back in here. Also, we have Dan from Hoboken in tonight.
A couple college boys.
Yeah, Dan from Hoboken went to Cornell, Fuzzy.
Nice.
Where they
I didn't know that.
Where they have an honor code, I believe.
I went to Hormel.
That's
and
different.
studied hams.
All right, his situation is, his friend gave him the test the day before. He's saying it's not the exact test. Is that still cheating?
Yeah, because he took it thinking that it was, or that it would help him in the test.
Did it help you, Craig?
Well, yeah, it did. But what I was doing is I was putting myself out on a limb because a few of the questions weren't really covered in the lectures.
So you're to be congratulated.
I'm lucky is what I am. I barely passed the class.
To me, that's just a study guide.
All right, let me check with Dan from Hoboken. Study guide or cheating, Dan?
See, I have an issue because I really don't care if he's cheating or not. I mean, if he wants to cheat, let him cheat. Who cares if it's ethical or not?
Well, I guess the other people that are in school.
Well, I mean...
I think that's who gets mad.
If he's in a 4-person class and it's graded on the curve, and if he gets, a high grade, he's going to bring everybody else down, maybe, but it's a big class, and it's not on a curve, so what do they care?
All right, we'll go back to that thing of, are you competing against the other kids in the school at all times? Because you're going to be taking that, what Al is saying, you take that degree into the job market.
Right. When you first enter the job market out of college, all you have is that GPA to stand on a resume. You got no work experience unless you did an internship.
Or the pizza stuff.
Right, yeah.
Isn't being able to cheat something that good employers are looking for? I mean...
No, because they're going to feel they're the next victim.
Yeah, you're accepting that degree from the university saying, yes, I completed the coursework in the proper way to get this degree.
I mean, the person completed the coursework.
But you're saying you're comfortable with that cheating your way through.
I have no problem with it.
I had a class one time at women's college, and they found the test in the professor's garbage can. I guess like an original draft of it in the garbage can. One of the student assistants did, and they ran off copies of that all day long, and we all got a copy of it. And looking at that exam, I never would have passed it unless I had an advanced copy of it.
So you think that's a good thing, Fez?
No, it's just
but see, you learned that material, though, right? By studying
I didn't know what it was supposed to mean at the end.
It was a study guide. Yeah.
Yes, by studying the test. It was like Mike Seaver on Growing Pains. He wrote it all on his shoes, and then he actually learned
Why
it.
can't you guys just do this? Why can't you cheat and say I cheated and feel good about it. Why do you have to call it a study guide or, hey, they also do things? It's when people try to make up excuses. You know, it's just like the same thing we said about Tennille. She's blaming AMC or whoever the movie theater chain is, instead of just going, hey, you know what? Sometimes I like to cheat. Sometimes I like to take the easy way. All right, here is Danielle. Danielle, you're on Run the Fez.
Hi, guys. Great show.
Yes, it is.
I went to an engineering college, and people used to be cutthroat.
All right, now, after you were finished college, were you able to drive a train?
Is that the final?
I shovel coal into the fire.
All right,
no, not really.
You're in engineering.
Actually, I'm in medicine right now.
So it's very tough to get an engineering degree, right?
It's very, yes.
Okay. I have two of them.
Wow.
So everything was graded on a curve at RPI, and so the higher the average, the harder it was to get a C. I had one professor in college that said if...
Still, I had physics class or bio classes where they had a bunch of pre-med, real cutthroat, and you'd get turned in if they caught you. Versus, like a literature class where nobody gives a crap if you, cheat. So it's all about whether you're willing to cheat or take the risk of getting caught.
So now you're trying to say you should be congratulated because you're like a Navy SEAL.
I think
because
so.
you took the risk and cheated.
Well, I'm not saying no. I didn't
and you're
take the
saying
risk.
only cheat in the really unimportant classes.
Now,
the classes where you won't get turned in if they see you.
I would feel bad for somebody who studied real hard, would have gotten the A, but because other people are cheating, was dropped to a B or a C. That's not fair.
There, you're obviously cheating someone else.
Yeah. I would just think that's an unlikely scenario. I mean, there's very few classes with that small. What are
the chances that it could happen?
When you got a 100-person class, your one grade is not really going to affect the curve that much.
But if it affects it at all, that's like saying if I steal from Kmart, just me stealing is not going to affect. That's true. But the fact that there are so many Dan from Hobokens out there that are shoveling T-shirts down their pants, that this thing is probably going under right now.
You probably make a good point, but I just think, well, I'm much more important than everyone else. So
I get that. All right, here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Manifest.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, guys. Hey, the rule of thumb in college is you could cheat on everything that's not your major because that's the only thing that counts.
That's like a code?
Yeah.
Or in the actual
That's my
student
code.
handbook?
Yeah, but if you're in some other class, maybe it's that person's major.
Who cares about that?
All right, so that's your point. I mean, it's okay to say that. I got no problem with saying who cares about them, but that's against the whole ethics thing. You can't feel good about it, ethically. All right, here's Crazy Claire.
Boy.
She thinks she's in college. Let's go along with it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
She thinks that hospital's a college.
Yeah. She told me she's studying to be a senator.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. At Bellevue University.
This was her oral exam.
You got an A, didn't you? I'm going to put a plus next to it.
Her teacher is John Nash. He's teaching her to cut out magazines and then circle things and then find out where the bombs are coming. Hi, Crazy Claire. How you doing, honey?
Hi, guys.
Hey, baby.
Hi,
What's
Crazy.
I think cheating is part of the whole challenge of school. Like, if you get away with cheating, you're smart enough, you deserve the grade. My theory on the whole thing.
It's that school of hard knocks, isn't it, Crazy Claire?
No, it's like open season, you know what I mean? Like, you're smart enough to get away with cheating, and, like, then you deserve the grade you get because you're not an idiot. You're smart enough to get away with it. Damn the man.
All right, damn the man, sure.
I was born with no ethics. I have none. I don't feel bad about anything. I never have.
You have no ethics at all. I know you say you're kind of a shoplifter, right?
Yeah, I shoplifted for years. I don't do it anymore because it was addicting. But yeah, I don't feel bad about that at all.
All right, tell us how you would shoplift.
I would go to places like stores, and it was pretty easy because I had a friend who worked at the Gap, and the policy at the Gap is if for you to get somebody to say something to you, to search your stuff, it has to be a manager who sees you go into the dressing room with the stuff and leave. So if nobody sees you go into the dressing room and you don't have any, and there's no tags on the thing, then you're free to go. And my friend had flyers. We would always go together, and she could get the tags off. So we stole thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
So because you had a friend in the store.
Well, yeah, she she knew the policy. So that was at the Gap. But the other ones, we could just, when they're busy or whatever, we would just stuff stuff in our bags and stuff. And,
now, did you ever get caught?
I got caught once just because we were being really lazy. Because we stole like all the time, and we went to Super Stop and Shop.
That time they just tried to steal the whole mannequin wearing the outfit.
And we were just throwing stuff in our bags because we were like in a rush. So we just walked out the store, and then some guy said to me and my friend, he's like, "You guys need to come with me." And I turned around to my friend, I go, "Run!" And I ran to my car, and she wasn't behind me, so I got in my car and drove away. And then
nice. Always leave a man behind.
Yeah,
that's the rule of thumb there.
So no problem with the ethics, huh, Claire?
Yeah. Actually, she tripped her on the way to the car because.
No, I thought she ran it.
You don't have to be faster than the bear. You just got to be faster than the last guy running from the bear. Leave her.
So I thought she was running in the other direction, so I was driving around the neighborhood, and she ended up going with the guy, which is so stupid.
Okay.
Skull.
Now, Claire, in your defense, I'll tell you this. A lot of times you're talking to friends, then all of a sudden they disappear.
Right.
So,
that's the John
Yeah,
Nash
maybe
friends.
that wasn't really anyone.
Yeah. Did you see Beautiful Mind, honey?
No, I haven't.
I call it the Crazy Claire story.
Beautiful
Did you really?
Behind.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. It seems too cheesy. And like,
Right.
You can't say that. Who hates Ron Howard in this country?
The only people I know that hate Ron Howard is those damn Valachi brothers.
Oh, they'll get him.
Yeah.
I grew up in the town that he lives in, and he just walks around, and he's just annoying. And
what could be annoying about him?
He's just like, just perfect. I don't know. He has all these cheesy movies about like inspirational crap and stuff.
About Inspiration Point.
I don't know. I think you suck.
All right, Crazy Claire. We'll talk to you later, honey.
I've never heard that in my life. It's like someone saying I hate John Wayne.
Hey, well, a lot of people do hate him.
Really?
Hippies.
Oh, yeah.
Hippies hate him. Hey,
There's
Ken.
the hippie.
Ken, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I have never been more depressed than I have been listening to this group. Person after person, they cheat on the test and they're trying to commit. They're noble. They're risk takers.
Right.
They're looking for that. Ron, I'm with you. I cheated on a couple tests in college, but if you had asked me afterwards, I wouldn't have tried to make it sound like I'm up for the Nobel Prize.
Right.
I cheated.
And I'm telling
cheating.
you,
That's why they call it cheating. 'Cause you're cheating.
guys that rob banks, the main thing about that kind of personality is that they all believe they had no other choice. They had to because of the economy, because of the government, because of...
Their mom was mean to them.
Right, their mom was mean. It's always somebody else's fault. No one ever says, you know what, I would rather rob a bank every 6 months than get up in the morning and work. It's the same thing with these cheaters. They'd rather smoke pot and drink beer, and then the test comes and they go, oh, what the F? And they start copying answers.
Which is fine, or it's not fine, but then don't try and convince the listening audience.
Oh, I know. You're absolutely right, Ken. They cover their arm in ink with the answers, and then think, oh, they're ready for CIA work.
Right. All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Yell at some people.
Okay, see you later.
Thanks for the call,
You know,
Ken.
it's up to each person. But I got to tell you, Al Dukes, you got a master's degree, right?
Yes, I do.
You never cheated? And yet, every time you cash one of your poop-laden checks, I feel like you're cheating me and Fez. By the way, I got, actually, it came to Jeremy, and he was laughing. He gave me a copy of a letter where a guy's so furious at me, blaming me on the poop check, because he feels I'm the ringmaster.
Really?
The
puppeteer.
He thinks that I play a lot of our employees off each other. No.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
Hey, Amy. Amy, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Amy.
Hello.
Yeah.
I went to the same college as Al Dukes did, and I think there are certain degrees of cheating for certain classes. Like economics, there was a person who had the class like a day before I did, so I got the test, but I studied their test, so I actually learned something after cheating on that one. But then, like, there was a poetry class that I knew nothing about, so I actually paid someone to write a paper, and I felt worse about that one.
Could you do a poem for us?
I didn't learn anything. So I could call up the guy that wrote my paper, and he could probably give you a poem.
All right, now let me ask you this, and I'll check with all the guys that are here. Do you think a person who cheats on a test in college is more likely to become the person who cheats on their taxes, cheats on their spouse, or do you think it's just a once-in-a-while thing?
I think they would cheat all along in most of the things they do.
You just think they're a cheater. Unlike what she's saying, there are different degrees. No, because you think the lesson she's learned is you cheat to get by.
Yeah, because what she's doing is there's cheating situations that she can justify, like the economics one, but she couldn't justify the paying the guy to write a whole poem. So, throughout life, she can justify, well, the taxes out, the government takes too much out anyway. She'll go along in all these other things in life and will be able to justify it.
I guess.
Would you say she's a dirty whore?
I would say that, yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, Amy, do you feel like Al is correct, what he just called you?
No, not at all.
Are you married? Are you in a relationship?
I am married.
Now, have you cheated on him?
No, I have not.
Oh, yes, you have. You just won't admit it here on the radio.
No, I really haven't.
Right.
Wow, you're an Indiana State whore.
You probably just did things that you don't consider cheating.
Like eating ain't cheating?
Yeah, things
and
like
I think
that.
the only situation there is because it rhymes. If it didn't rhyme,
right,
I would just wish it was rhymed with trucking somehow, and that wasn't cheating.
And she probably does the oral, but doesn't count that.
Well, that's eating.
cheating.
That's eating.
Right.
Can go either way. Idiot. What do you say to that, Amy?
Wow, Amy, it sounds like you have no morals at all. Talking to Al Dukes.
Well, I consider the source.
All right, let's say manual. Is that cheating?
Yeah, that's cheating. That's definitely cheating.
If a girl gives you manual, is she cheating?
Yes. I say yes.
I agree.
Anything that you're getting pleasure from, that's cheating.
No. All right, what if she makes you dinner? That's cheating?
What about a back rub?
Let me ask you,
close.
Phone sex, is that cheating?
Definitely cheating.
Really?
Here's the thing. It's just like, if you would be afraid to tell your significant other, then it's cheating. If not, why not just bring it up and tell them, I did some phone sex.
Oh, how do you bring that up?
Well, how are you going to put that in? All right, let me check with Dan from Hoboken on that one. Do you agree, Dan?
Well, I think...
as long as you don't tell?
That's hard, because cheating on your spouse is different than cheating on a test. I mean, there are certain levels of ethics. There's, school ethics.
We'll go with the whole spouse thing.
I would say that is cheating.
What happened to the Indiana State whore?
All right,
she hung up.
Is phone sex cheating?
I would have to say it's cheating, yes.
Cyber sex?
Cheating, yes.
Really?
Because it's not...
I can't even do it. I can't type good enough to do it. I can't type and stroke. I can't hit that keystroke at my normal stroke.
I think in court, I don't think they could, it'd be cheating, but in terms of being unfaithful to the person you've made a commitment to. I mean, if you want to have cyber sex or whatever, don't make a commitment.
Make the commitment. Hey, Christina, you're on Ron Fez.
Hello, Christina.
Hi, I just want you to know that I don't think I would have graduated high school if I didn't cheat my way through my senior year.
I believe that.
You were sleeping with the teachers?
No, I was horrible in math, horrible. And I knew that I would never need trigonometry or pre-calc ever again in my life. So I used to cheat off of all the people around me just so I could get my diploma and go to college and take more useless classes that I would never use in real life and get another degree.
I realized that in high school, too, but instead of taking trig, I took consumer math, and they taught me how to balance my checkbook.
Yeah, but I didn't have that choice. When you're in New York...
Because you don't have any problem balancing your checkbook because you don't spend any money, you cheap bastard.
They're all pluses.
All right, so, Christina, you're saying it works because you were able to get something out of cheating.
Exactly.
So that means it works.
Absolutely. Cheating's only bad when you don't... Either you get caught or you don't get anything out of it.
Well, wouldn't you say that about all crime? Why not say if you can, there's a weird thing, too, because a lot of people will buy stolen goods, but that would never steal. But they're willing to buy stuff that they know is hot. Matter of fact, people come into New York City, buy these cheap watches because they believe they're buying hot products.
Yeah,
they think they're getting a $10 watch. How do you figure?
Well, because cheating is a victimless crime. No one's getting hurt by
We are just sitting here saying that other people are being hurt by you cheating.
By me cheating?
Yes.
On a test? How are other people getting hurt by me cheating on a test?
Explain it to her, Al.
I just explained before, because now you're getting a degree that says you passed that math test, you have those math skills, and you don't have them.
Right, but if I ever,
You
could
make
never
that
get a
diploma
job based on
worthless.
them.
You make it
But-
seem like any person, even as dense as you, could own that diploma.
No, but if
You
I
might
got
as well
a
wipe
job
with it.
based on that would be one thing.
I'm sorry, Christina, what?
What was
if
that?
I get a job based on something like that, then that's different. That's hurting someone. But the fact that I had to have this stupid class to graduate, I mean, no one's getting hurt by me taking a class that I have to have and just cheating on it. And I couldn't get very far if I tried to do a job, you know.
I can listen to you talk all night, honey.
I thought we had. Isn't it midnight?
All right, Christina. Bye.
All right, guys, I got a jet.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope you're not flying it with your math skills.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW. NEW.
Imagine if there was a store that wouldn't tell you how much a T-shirt costs until you handed them over your credit card and then made you guess the price.
They wouldn't have me as a customer. I'm telling you that right now, Fez.
Exactly. Hotwire thinks that's wrong, too. Unlike that Guess Your Price site, you don't have to enter all your credit card information into a computer to see a price on Hotwire. They show you the fares up front, and you use your flexibility with flight types to save up to 50% or more on fares.
Now, Hotwire and their hot fares, it's the only way Fez and I travel now. Fez is heading down south in a couple of weeks.
To see
and
the baby.
Whenever we're bringing our family in and out of New York City, we do the same thing. We go on Hotwire, get the hot fares. Check this out. Round trip from New York to San Francisco. Sit down for this one, Fezzy. $210.
I'm glad I'm sat down.
What about Newark to Atlanta, round trip, $114. You're practically flying for free now.
Unbelievable hot fares, and Hotwire works only with major airlines, top hotels, and the best names in the rental car business. Once you see the low prices on Hotwire, you'll never enter your credit card before you see a price again. Now remember, fares change all the time, so take the Hotwire Travel Challenge now. Go to those other travel sites out there. Then log on to Hotwire. You won't believe how much money you could save with a Hotwire hot fare today.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Hawk Facts. Broadcasting live from beautiful Midtown Manhattan, where on a clear night you could almost see all 722 miles of the New York City subway system. It's the Ron and Fez Show, and I'm your announcer, Hawk. And now let's introduce your hosts, the guys who love singing in the rain. Here they are, Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, radio's umbrella-toting duo.
Fez starting the second half.
It is the... I can't believe you took the wind out of me there, big man.
Ouch.
Hanging around that damn courtroom today. I swear to God, Fezzy, you and I should be lawyers when I see how bad lawyers are.
Seems easy enough, huh?
It seems like the easiest thing in the world.
All you got to do is convince somebody of something else.
Yeah, talk about cheating. Talk about no ethics. Getting involved with no ethics. I don't know, this ethics guy, Randy Cohen, who got us into this whole gimmick tonight.
We had him on earlier. He writes the ethicist column for New York Times Magazine, and it's also syndicated newspapers everywhere. He's got his book out, The Good, the Bad, and the Difference, trying to teach us, you know, not exactly right from wrong, but where do ethics apply?
And you know what? Here's the thing. Everybody knows. Everybody, you kind of know whether you're right or wrong. It's just a matter of how you live with it. But you know the difference.
Sure. If you're able to live with it, then I guess it's right in your particular point of view.
Well, I mean, you know, the fact is, don't we all live with a certain amount of shame?
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got something they're carrying.
Maybe that's what we ought to throw out here. Your most shameful confession.
Oh.
The thing that shames you the most that you have to live with.
Oh,
do we have the courage? Do we even have the courage to do that? 877-692-1027. When you think back, there's a lot of these dirty, awful little things that we put far, far inside us. It's the only way we can carry them, Fez.
Sure. You just try to, back them up there. Try not to think about them every day. But you know what? There'll always be something throughout your life, a song or something you see on TV or something like that, that'll bring it to the front of your brain again. And you'll think of that shameful moment in your life.
Shameful moment that you're forced to live with. Huh.
877-692-1027.
Maybe we'll do them first here on the show.
Really?
All right, I have one.
All right.
This actually bothers me very, very bad. When I was about 13, 14 years old, there was a guy in my neighborhood. We were fooling around in front of these girls, being tough guys. And I had this kind of like big stick that I was swinging at him, right? Well, he put his arm up and kind of gave me a dare situation of whether I would swing the stick at him or not, right? So you know me, Fezzy. I'm not going to look like an idiot in front of these girls.
Of course not.
I swing it on him, break his arm, snap his arm.
Oh.
Now, that actually had me feeling bad.
Right.
But years later, about 15, 20 years later, I get a call from another friend of ours. Rap is the one who called me.
Oh, okay. I know Rap.
And he goes, hey, remember this guy? I'm going, yeah, sure. He goes, he just had a stroke the other day. And I'm going, you're kidding me. He's a young guy. He's like, like 30 or something. He goes, the doctor said they found a small splinter that had been in his bloodstream for years. I go, you're kidding me. And Rap says to me, I bet it was the time you broke his arm with that stick.
Oh, my gosh.
Fezzy, I don't know whether it's my fault or not, but it's the worst possible thing I could think of. Maybe me acting like an a-hole, and I probably would do the same damn thing today. If somebody dared me, I'd still go for it. But maybe what I did is eventually gave him that stroke. It's almost like out of a novel. Like this little time bomb would have been in his bloodstream all that time. And now he's like half a retard.
Now, let me ask you this. If Rap hadn't said that to you about hitting him with the stick, would you have ever made the connection yourself?
No. Here's the problem. The joy Rap had when he told me the story.
Oh.
Made me even sicker to my stomach.
Of course.
And I literally think when I hung up with Rap, I felt like I was going to throw up.
All right. Now.
Maybe I'm a person who gives out strokes. I don't know. But it still freaks me to this day.
Now, I didn't cause a stroke in anyone.
All right, we need more Catholic music to this. I don't know what kind of music you're running here, but it sounds like Star Wars 2.
See what else you can find. Let me know when it's ready. All right. Didn't do any physical harm to anyone. But this, I carry with me every single year. I get this one. I was in high school. Forgot my mother's birthday.
Yeah.
All right. Went and found this old box of like wrapping paper and greeting cards and stuff.
Right. Where did you find it at?
Like in the utility closet or whatever.
So you found it in your own house?
Yeah, found it in the own house. So I go and get I see a card that says mother on it.
Yeah.
I sign my name to it. I toss it to her. No gift or anything. I get this card. It's an old Mother's Day card. Not even a birthday card. All I saw was mother on it.
Yeah.
And it says, to mother from both of us.
Right.
So it's wrong holiday, wrong card, inappropriate card. I made my mother cry on her own birthday.
By giving her own card back?
By not getting her a birthday card. By not even going out and getting her a lousy card, as my father put it.
She was able to figure out you had a fake card?
Well, I gave her a Mother's Day card on her birthday.
But did she know that it came out of your closet?
Oh, yeah, she knew it was an old card. It was something she had bought for my grandmother.
So why did you think you'd even get away with it?
I was just looking. I didn't have anything.
What? Can't you draw your own?
I wouldn't have gotten away with that. I was in high school.
Here, Mom, I drew this for you. I owe you. One of those things.
Oh, and she started sobbing. And
But
now
made her cry on her birthday.
And now you know this about me. I go out of my way crazy on her birthday every year.
Well, I notice you do that for everybody's birthday and everybody's thing.
Yeah.
Because you're guilty.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Because I ruined my own mother's birthday.
Your situation, you're never going to be able to fix that, Fez.
No, And I carry it with me. Here's the thing. It doesn't come up from her, but it comes up in me every year. Remember that really bad birthday?
You say it to her?
No, I say it to me.
Oh.
It comes up in my own mind.
Did she ever bring it up to you?
Never.
Let me say this. A son that doesn't love his mother, Fezzy.
I know.
Is not a man.
It's just awful to make your own mother cry on her own birthday.
All right, let's... This one needs some feedback. Instead of taking the card out of the closet, he should have taken himself out. You should have hung yourself in that closet, Fez.
Red road, people.
Maybe if you didn't come out of the closet, you wouldn't feel so bad. All right, let's move along. All right, Al Dukes has one he wants to add here.
What do you got,
Your
Al?
most shameful confession, Al. And by the way, if you want to join in with us, 877-692-1027. All we're asking is this, because I don't think Fez is that bad, but it feels like it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing criminal, and I didn't physically harm anyone.
You didn't give anybody a stroke.
No, But, oh my gosh, I made my own mother cry on her birthday, and it sticks with me.
You're a bad son, that's all.
Exactly. See? I am. I'm horrible.
And a bad person. All right, here comes Al Dukes. Al, is this an apology to Fez and I?
No, this is much earlier in my life.
I thought it was going to be accepting this job.
And when you know you couldn't do it.
No, there was a girl that was in my neighborhood that in grade school, she was the girl everybody made fun of.
Oh, God, I remember that girl.
And she lived right around the corner from me, and everyone was making fun of her at one point, and I picked up a rock, a good-sized rock, and I whipped it at her, and I hit her right in the eye.
Oh, you hit a girl in the eye with a rock?
Yeah, and then I went running to go hide, or just I really knew it was...
That's the brave thing to do. How old were you?
I was probably in maybe 7th grade.
All right, 7th grade, and you got to know throwing a rock at and how old was she?
She was in my school my whole
All right,
life.
so you're throwing a rock at the stupid girl, the girl who doesn't quite fit in, and you hit her in the face with a rock?
Right in the eye, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And then right after that, she had to get glasses. And all through high school, I would see her with the glasses, and she lived right around the corner from where my parents still live. And when I go to my parents' house, I try to not go up that road because I don't like even seeing her house. Because I think, I hit that girl in the eye, ruined her vision, for the rest of her life. She had to wear glasses, and every time I saw her, I would think of that it was from that.
She's just staring out the window at those big Coke bottles every time you still drive by. That's bad, Al.
Yeah.
That's actually worse than anybody. How could, why didn't you just call her names or...
That is a horrible story.
The beauty of it is now she's working here.
Right. She'll be in a couple hours if you want to apologize.
All right, let's move on. Rory, you want to try one?
I can't imagine what horrible thing you've got in your past.
Well, I remember when I was about 10 years old, my brother came home from school hysterically crying. He was 5 years younger than me. And he said this kid's picking on me and stuff, this kid who was a year older than him. So he told me the kid was still down at the school because we lived right down the block from the school. So I went back down there, and me and one of my friends, we saw the kid. He was on his bike. And I said, hey, you, come here. Kid started riding off. I took a stick, put it in his spoke, and the kid flew over the handlebars.
Oh, man.
Broke both his arms.
Oh my gosh.
But the worst was... Since, I was so young, I just left him there and went home Just walked away.
Did you ever get caught for it?
Nope.
It makes it even worse, right?
Yeah. I mean, to this day, I'm like, I should have at least just taken the kid to the hospital or brought him back to my house.
Isn't that awful? See, that's what the people who got tormented don't understand. Is that those of us who did those kind of things, we feel awful about them.
Yeah. I don't even know what the kid's doing these days. I don't even know,
Would you try to make it up to him if you could?
If I saw him, if I remembered even what he looked like, I would probably, apologize to him now.
He's the guy with the dangling arms. He's probably still walking around in 2 slings.
Probably had a stroke years later.
Well,
seriously, maybe my thing wasn't even a stroke.
The worst was he was like 6 years old or 7 years old.
God, what's wrong with you?
He was just so young at the time, too.
And you're like 11.
Yeah.
Breaking a first grader's arms.
Yeah.
Way to go, tough guy.
Jeez.
I do feel bad.
All right, here comes the Hawk.
What do you got, Hawk?
I was dating this girl, and I was over at her house, and she had a hamster. And I was like, oh, can I play with the hamster? So I was playing with him, and I dropped him for he was about 4 feet off the ground, and he hit the ground, and he started twitching. So I just picked him up, put him back in his cage, and put some, wood shavings over him. And then she came back, and she was like, oh, where is he? And I was like, oh, I just put him back in his cage, and he went to sleep, and that was it. And then I found out later, a day or two after that, he died.
From internal injuries.
Pretty much.
Could you try and tell it with less glee this time?
Yeah.
And act
Maybe
like you really are
seriously,
ashamed of it.
Maybe if you felt bad, we'd feel bad for you, but you're sitting here giggling. You killed a pet.
I forgot I did that, too. My sister was a nursery school teacher, and she was going away, and she brought home the class guinea pig that I was supposed to take care of for the week while she was away. I forgot to feed it. And that guinea pig was belly up by the time she got back, and so I had killed an entire class pet.
Doesn't it feel better to get these things off your chest, though?
I'm glad you know what? I've never said that out loud, that I killed that thing.
You feel better, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Not as gleeful as Hawk.
No.
But that's the thing. That's the best thing about
ball.
That's the best thing about confession. You feel better once you confess. Here's Evelyn. Evelyn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Evelyn.
Hi, Ron and Fez. How are you? It was my birthday when I was around, I think, 5 or 6, and my older brother is 2 years older than me, Craig. It was time for me to cut my cake and bought my candles, and they kept messing with the cake, and I had the old-fashioned cake cutting knives. It was really thick. My mom wanted me to cut the cake, and my brother, I was like, I'm going to stab you. Just joking, but after I cut the cake, it was all done. I didn't know he was behind me. I tripped, fell backwards, knife right in his eye.
Oh!
Yeah, and my brother to this day has part of his pigment of his eye is gone in the corner.
Oh, God. Just like Al. You caused somebody their eyesight.
Right.
I know. But it was and now looking back, I don't think it was on purpose, but I was just so mad. And I said to him, I'm going to stab you. And then I tripped, and whoosh, knife went right backwards.
You said I'm going to stab you.
Right, yeah. You're on the record.
And he wanted to blow out my candle.
All right, so now you're defending yourself. You feel bad about this, or you're defending yourself?
I feel bad. Now, when I look at him and I see that some of his eye color is not there, yeah, I feel bad.
Ooh, he lost some of his eye color.
His eyes are brown, but it's kind of not like the David Bowie thing, but a corner of his eye is very, very light. The pigment is gone.
That's weird.
All right,
yeah.
Thanks. All right, we're doing true confessions here tonight, Fezzy. Here's William. William, you're on Ron and Fez.
I got a drinking problem. Caesars, purse of yours.
You sure do, buddy.
I guess you do.
877-692-1027.
We're also going to go through the other guys in the office. Hey, Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, buddy. Big ass code 9665.
Try to do a confession and get this off your...
Well, I was about 16, and I had a girlfriend, and she wanted to drag me to some birthday party that I didn't want to go to, so I broke up with her. I find out a few months later, she went back to her old boyfriend and got pregnant. Teen pregnancy.
Jeez.
Yeah. All because I didn't want to go to a birthday party. Felt pretty bad about that.
She ended up having the baby?
Oh, yeah. She's mother now. I have not talked to her since. I don't have the guts to.
Sure. You ruined your life.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Well, you did.
You did.
Yeah.
It's okay. It happened.
If it makes you feel any better, you said it out loud.
It's not like you can go through this life without doing horrible things. I'm sure Mother Teresa did some things that haunted her.
I'm sure at one point she threw a rock at somebody's eye.
I'm sure she had a little food instead of giving it to one of those kids. Maybe she was hungry one day.
Enjoyed a whole sandwich to herself.
Right. I'm sure that happened.
877-692-1027.
Here's Ted. Ted, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ted.
Boris.
Buddy.
What do you got, Ted?
5523.
Hoo-ah!
Listen to me carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I gave myself a facial.
Oh, God. Skank.
You can't take that away.
All right. No, you can't.
I would say why and how, but I'm not even going to get into it. Your shame is just all over your face.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hey, fellas.
How are you?
Back in 6th grade,
I'll take any kind of music now, Roy. Any kind of music at all. Just grab Phil Collins.
in 6th grade, we're playing baseball on my street. You know, just a bunch
This
of
is
kids.
good confession music. What's wrong with that? John, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead. I'm sorry. In 6th grade, what happened?
No problem. 6th grade, we're playing baseball on my street. And, of course, nobody's, got any real equipment. But we're playing with aluminum bats. So, I take a hack at a pitch. The bat comes around, accidentally hits the kid playing catch at the back of the head. Crushes him. He ends up, getting dragged to the hospital, metal plate in the head, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, God.
The whole rest of the year, he's got to go through 6th grade wearing a batting helmet, like goddamn John Olerud. And
he's wearing a batting helmet to school.
To school every day because his head is, healing.
I am not a retard.
Oh, God. I felt so bad. And the worst part about it, graduation that year, he was right behind me because our names are really close. So I got to see this kid with a batting helmet at graduation, too. It was the worst. Absolute worst.
That's a bad one, man.
As he's trying to put his mortarboard at graduation on top of this giant helmet to walk across the stage.
Real bad. Had a tassel hanging from it the whole 9. Very bad.
All right, thanks a lot, man. That's awful. That is awful. Hey, David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm driving at this busy intersection. I stop, and I let a car in front of me pass through, make a turn. Right when the son of a bitch is turning, he gets derailed by a FedEx truck.
Oh, jeez. Oh. You didn't see it?
Dead on sight. I didn't see the FedEx truck.
Right.
But this guy came off to my right side. I guess he was in a hurry, so he was just flying and just slammed right into him.
You were the one who waved him on.
Yeah, I waved him on.
Wow.
You waved him into an accident.
Pretty much.
I killed him. Oh.
Left in the meat wagon.
Well, David, you didn't do it on purpose. That was an accident.
I didn't do it on purpose, but
it haunts
gave
you.
me some nightmares.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, my friend. Wow. All right, let's check with some of the other folks that are here, by the way. Get your confessions in tonight, 877-692-1027. You hear some of this stuff, Fezzy, and I swear to God, everybody lives with at least one thing that haunts them. You got at least one ghost that haunts you. All right, here's Dan from Hoboken who's hanging out with us tonight.
A ghost you can't banish. Hey, Dan from Hoboken.
What's up, boys? I guess I was dating a girl in college. 2 years or so we were dating. I broke up with her. We went to different schools because I just wasn't happy, and I kind of seeing another girl. I see the old girlfriend about 2 months later at spring break. You know, things happen. We hook up a couple times. She thinks we're getting back together, and I had no intention whatsoever of ever getting back together with her. I just, wanted to enjoy some female pleasure. But I'm ashamed of that, and it haunts me because I really did hurt her, and I hurt her on purpose. But it got back to me because I went back to school to go on dating the new girl, and she broke up with me like the next week. So Karma kind of got me in the ass.
You know, I think it's karma, but it's not.
Yeah.
This girl, did she have lobster claws?
No, this was, I was sober.
Really bright red hands?
I was sober this time, so she was actually very attractive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to brag about your shame.
All right, here comes Mikey D. Mikey D, how are you?
How are you?
Mikey D, what do you got to say for yourself?
I was about 9 or 10 years old, playing in the backyard with a girl on the block. I think we were playing like Candyland or something. And I said, come in the garage here. I'll show you some candy. And I pulled down the pants and showed the goods. And
were you the same age?
We were about the same age. I think she's about a year older. I think she was about 11 or so. And she ran out screaming, crying. I said, please don't tell your parents. Well, she told her parents. They told my parents. I got in big trouble. And the thing about it is, she never dated, and she turned out into to be like an old maid. She's
like
still
a stalker Patty, right?
Well, she still lives on the block. I still see her, and the poor thing, she never has a boyfriend. She still lives with her parents.
And you think it's because she saw you junk at such a young age?
I'd have to agree on that. Yeah, I have to say so. Yeah.
And you both still live in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, we're on the same block, same houses.
Gee, what are the chances of the two that stayed?
I feel sorry for both of you now. That's awful, but do you think it's because of you? I mean, is she kind of slow or anything? Or?
She's not slow. Very smart girl.
I am not a retard.
You ever try to talk to her about it and say, hey, sorry about the junk that changed your life?
It's funny because I see her parents a lot, and I just like duck and cross the street, but they always say hello to me, and it's kind of embarrassing. It's not a good thing.
You got that same thing that Al Dukes has, that you still have to see the parents of the person you injured, in your case emotionally.
Yes.
All right, here's Tenacious C. By the way, Tenacious C, congratulations. I heard you got a job here for the summer.
Yes, I did.
Wow, Fezzy, we're 2 for 2 now.
Nice.
2 for 2.
After the driest streak in intern hirings at WNEW, we get 2 in a row.
Thank you very much.
All right, way to go.
Okay, so I had a boyfriend for a few years in high school, and I don't know, we weren't really getting along, and I thought he was cheating on me, so then I decided to find my own other man, I guess.
Yeah.
And that went on for a little while, and then he was kind of nagging me because I wasn't breaking up with my boyfriend, so then I found another guy, so I didn't listen to either of them for a while, but...
so you feel bad about dating 3 guys at the same time?
Yeah.
Same night?
No. I don't know.
Feel dirty about it?
Did you ever go to one guy smelling of the other?
No.
After he stained you? That's the way
I tried to separate it a little bit.
Ronnie's trying to work you through your shame.
So your thing is about cheating on guys?
Yes.
I only cheated on girls, so I don't know how it feels to feel any other way. I honestly thought that was just part of a relationship. All right, here comes Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy, once you cheated on your moles?
So I had a friend that was really close.
You should feel bad for me sending you to Florida and you coming back with nothing.
Well, that's what I was about to say. That's my shame. No, I had a friend in high school that I was very close with, and then he started dating a girl and then stopped hanging out with all of our other friends.
All your gay friends?
No, we were all straight. And
Sure.
I remember giving him like a hard time about it, saying that one day he was going to break up with this girl and then he'd want to be friends with all of us again. And then we wouldn't want to hang out with him. We'd turn our back on him and stuff. And I really kind of got into a heated argument with him about it, and we didn't speak for like a month or two. A month or two later, he was driving with her after he just got his license, and the car they were driving in slid off the road, and the girl died. And then I had to like go see him at this girl's funeral and be like, maybe we can all still be there for you, even though you're...
What's he talking about, Fez? What is he saying?
I don't know, but I saw this on Babysitter's Club the other day.
What's the bad part?
Well, I badmouthed him. I said that he was going to be, without this girl, and then he accidentally killed her driving in a car.
All right, you think that's what he thought of when he saw you?
No, but I'm saying I felt bad for being a dick to him about it, and then he killed somebody. See what I'm saying?
All I wish is that you were in the car.
I wish you'd just throw me out of the studio so I could get out of here now.
I feel bad you're doing traffic like this.
Oh, so you're saying because you were mean to somebody, they ended up killing someone else.
Well, I feel guilty, because somebody was
dead.
And I
But
was
you two things are not even connected. All of our stuff is connected.
Do you realize
Look
you're
at
not
Mikey
related?
D. It's his junk that turned this girl into Stalker Patty. maybe me hitting this friend of mine gave him a stroke years later.
I'll try to be worse then. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not asking you to be worse, but do you even have anything related?
Yeah, the concept of what we're doing here.
Well, it's just the thing I regret the most is giving him a hard time, and then, because I was mean to the girl, too, and then she's dead.
Because you were in
16.
love with him.
No!
Don't raise your voice.
No, I wasn't trying to raise my voice.
All right.
Jeez. Maybe the story would have been, I really like this girl. She went out with this guy. I gave her a hard time. Now she's dead.
You know what? If anyone asks you again, your thing should be, I'm dull and I bore people.
I do regret that to no end.
What about your moles?
Yeah.
Can I regret having to show them to you?
Yeah, show them now.
Remember when he almost put them on you, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I regret doing that.
Yeah, show them.
Who do you want me to show them to?
Show them to Earl.
To Earl?
Yeah.
Earl, you're the only one. You were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You got to see this. You're the only one that missed it. Just look.
Jesus. Oh! He's got a back full of moles. I think they're actual animals.
All different shapes, sizes, and textures.
So gross. Hey, Steven. Steven, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, about 3 years ago, I used to be on a school bus with this girl, and I always used to make fun of her a lot, and I used to tell her to go kill herself. And I found out a year later that she was committed to a mental hospital for a suicidal attempt on her life.
You think maybe you did it? You're taunting?
No, I'll never know.
Finally, the voices got through.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's kind of creepy, though.
Yeah, it's real creepy. I say you're totally responsible.
Don't believe that you can't torment a kid into killing himself. It's not all that difficult.
877-692-1027. Yes, Earl. Earl's taking off his hat, Ronnie. He has something to confess.
What is it about walking around with the same picture frame for 11 years?
No.
Cheating this company out of tens of dollars?
You ain't ever lied. Once when I was a kid, it was the 4th of July, the long holiday weekend, and the older kids were shooting off M80s and everything, firecrackers, and they said they were going to get one of us. And then I found out I knew who they were going to get. There was this kid, quiet kid, never did anything to anybody.
Right.
They slipped an M80 in the back of his pocket,
Ooh.
and it blew off half his cheek. And I could have tipped him off, and I didn't tell him.
Oh, you didn't let anybody know?
No, because nobody liked to snitch.
Oh my gosh!
It just blew a hole in his.
So you're responsible for a guy losing his ass.
Being half-assed.
You're like Enron. You're like Enron.
It grew back.
So
yeah, but all mangled and weird, looking like Kane's ass.
Looking like Kevin Spacey in that Pay It Forward.
Oh.
Now, Earl, in guilt out of that guy losing one cheek, is that why you try to live your life half-assed around here?
That's cute, Fezzy. Fezzy, you had a little joke there.
I'm trying to make him feel better.
You turned this whole story into a...
No, I just felt, for a long time, I felt so guilty. I was like, I could have tipped him off.
Yeah, but you should be guilty because your people were slaves for a long time.
Hey!
Was this a black kid?
Yeah.
All right, so always protect your own, Earl.
Boy, he didn't see that M80 coming into his back pocket.
No, he was just they just kind of slipped it into his pocket. You know how you don't really feel it, and he had a really long fuse, and he lit the fuse, and...
Golly, I should have 100 different things I need to confess about Paulo.
I feel like he deserves it. Although me and my brother were dealing firecrackers when we were younger, and one of the guys that they were sold to stuck it in a fish, like a fish's gill to blow the fish up. The last second, the fish flopped up in the air, blew his eyeball out.
Ooh.
Oh!
Next thing we know, the cops were asking us, where'd you guys get the firecrackers, blah, blah, blah.
You didn't know anything, did you?
I was crying like a baby. That went so, but Greg, I never want anyone to get hurt. I was doing that whole deal. My brother's still nice to him to this day. My brother's been following him around, getting him out of jams now for years.
Nice.
Well, it's not anything to be happy with. The guy's glass-eyed. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Confession's good for the soul tonight. We're Ron and Fez.
Especially when you hear this song, Fez.
When you throw in the grassroots, sure.
How could you not feel good about your confessions?
Yeah, everyone making confessions tonight, those shameful moments. Just talking off the air with the boys, couple things I just now remembered that I did. I don't think they count because I really didn't feel bad about them. One was watching wrestling as a kid and putting a sleeper hold on my dog and knocked him out.
All right, but you didn't kill him.
No, he just laid there. I guess I choked him out is what happened.
Right.
But I didn't get caught, and he didn't die, and I got him to wake up again.
I think that you ducked a bullet, my friend, and it's fine.
Right, thank you. And then there was a kid I teased about his grandfather killing himself.
Yeah, see, that teasing other kids stuff, that's bad and haunts you. Especially if the other kids thought you were funny at the time.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was like the only one who had the guts to bring it up.
Hey, Ellie, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ellie.
Hi, I got a good confession. When I was about 18, my father's Jewish, and he married a non-Jew. My grandmother's always been very bitter about this.
All right.
So,
the fact that your grandmother felt that he needed to marry a Jew.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was visiting one time, and I was always nice to her and everything, and she always liked me and everything, but she was always very so bitter against my father. And one day we were sitting at the kitchen table, and I was like, you know, Grandma, it wouldn't kill you to just forget about it. Later that night, I was driving her home, and she died in the car.
Oh, my. So it did kill her.
I was in therapy for about 6 months.
Oh, my gosh.
What did the therapist tell you?
He told me it wasn't my fault, and I realize it now, but
I don't know.
When I told my dad the story, he was laughing.
I got to tell you the truth. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You know, I'm sure that had something to do with it.
I don't think it had anything to do with it now, but I just like...
I don't know.
It just,
Here's the thing. Even if you hadn't said that to her, you still would have needed therapy for being in a car with a dead person.
Yeah, that's true also, but just...
Did she scream before she died, or she just roll over nicely?
Huh?
Yeah.
I thought she was asleep.
Like that guy on the American West plane.
Yeah.
Flying from Phoenix to wherever. They're loading a dead guy on the plane.
And that was National Lampoon's Vacation when they were knocking the aunt's shoulder, head off her shoulders. All right, thanks, man.
Okay.
So, wouldn't kill you. Wouldn't kill you. Be nice to your grandmother every once in a while.
Just might. 877-692-1027. Taking your confessions tonight.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Mike.
Let's get back to the real confession music, okay? We can't grassroots it the whole time. We're too happy.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
On a dare for a silly contest, I broke a collectible Barbie mug. It wasn't mine. Have I damned myself?
Thank you for the call, Mike.
Hey, Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez. We're doing confessions.
Hey, Paul.
Back in the day, I used to work in a 24-hour tanning salon in Bloomfield, New Jersey. And a kid who graduated from high school with me used to hang around, but he was like a real bum kind of. And at night, I used to hang out at night. I wanted to get rid of him. He used to bother me for money to go cop some drugs down in Newark. One night I gave him $10, and then 2 days later I found out that he hung himself in jail. He got caught trying to buy dope.
With the money you gave him?
With the money I gave him.
Well...
I had to go to his funeral and everything. I felt so bad. This is the first I said anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, they always say that you can't stop somebody from doing dope, and you didn't give them the money to do dope, right?
No, I didn't. I mean, I just wanted to... It was a 24-hour tanning salon. It was like 3 in the morning. I wanted him out of there. I didn't want him to bother me anymore. And he's begging me for money. I said, here, take the $1. Take the $10, get out.
Yeah, that's not your fault, Paul. I know it feels bad when stuff like that happens.
That guy probably would have found it somewhere else, Paul.
What's the matter?
He probably would have found the $10 somewhere else.
Yeah, he probably would. He was one of those kids that would do anything for the money.
All right, man.
All right, see you.
Hey, Alberto. You're on Ron and Fez. How are you? We're doing confessions tonight. Hey, Alberto.
2333 here. What's up? I'm gonna pull?
Yeah. Okay, I was 14, 13 years old, and I was
Wait a minute, Alberto. Didn't you call us with? Hold on, Alberto. Didn't you call us? Hold on, Alberto. Alberto. All right, Alberto. I actually remember he called us before with this story.
He needs to confess it.
And not only does he like to confess it, he likes to get off on it.
Is he beyond confessing and into bragging now?
Yes.
Is that what the situation is?
Alberto.
That's it. So thanks for your time, guys.
He doesn't even...
No, didn't even know he was on hold.
No.
Kept talking his way through it. I guess he's done with his batch now.
Yeah. He batched on his cousin. And he tries to tell us the story once a week.
Right. And usually it's a male cousin.
Hey, Louie. Louie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Louie.
Hello. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah.
Good, buddy. What can we do for you?
Oh, good. Back in the 3rd grade, we were in the school assembly. No, it wasn't an assembly. It was a play. I took out a kid with a rubber band and a paper clip right in the eye, stopped the assembly, lights came on.
Oh, jeez.
I was so nervous I ate the rubber band. They caught a couple other kids.
Yeah, because everyone had them.
Everyone had them. I didn't get caught. And this kid walked around like the whole 4th grade with a patch over his eye the rest of the school year.
Oh,
God. So I got away with it. And
did you ever feel bad, or you still laughing?
Yeah, no, I do. I felt bad tonight. Listening, I said I got to confess this. I haven't been on me. It's been a burden for a long time.
Now, you know, you're always the one that the teacher said happened the year before. A year before.
Now, Louie, did the kids sitting around you, your friends, know that you were the one who did it?
No. I didn't really have any friends.
I wonder why.
Too much. I was like not one of the cool kids. So, but you know, I was shooting them just, you know, everyone had them.
So you didn't have to also worry about getting caught at that point.
Exactly. They got the kids they thought would, you know, that weren't doing it. Like more, there were these lights.
Here's the thing: if you confess, you shouldn't sound as happy as the hawk in this guy.
The honk who made a pancake out of a hamster and told us that story with unbelievable glee. He killed his girlfriend's pet.
All right, here is Mo. Mo, you're on Manifest. How are you, Mo?
Hey, Mo.
Yes, hi. A while ago, I believe I was around 8 and a half, 9. My cousin, I was staying at my cousin's for the weekend, and he wouldn't let me play with his toy. And so I said, all right. So he went to the bathroom at one point, and we were drinking fruit juices, lemonade, whatever. I decided to
get that on the air.
No.
I don't know if that one got on.
Well, yeah, you added something to his lemonade there.
Right.
I added something extra.
Why would you do this? How old were you, Mo?
You put an extra yellow in his lemonade.
And, well, here's the thing. What happened was, it wasn't really about the obviously the extra ingredient. It's that right after that, he got sick like that night. So my aunt had to give him laxatives and like intensive laxatives for like 3 days because they thought it was some sort of microbe from something he ate. We were in Africa at the time. And so the laxative was so intensive that it caused him to have a skin defect.
Did anybody know about this?
I'm sorry?
Did anybody know it was your fault?
No way, dude. No way, man. I mean, I've been living with this, and I know the guy, and he tells me about his rash, like, oh, it's at a level now where he can wear a certain material.
Oh, God.
That's awful.
It's been like over 15 years, and
now I mention.
You know, this is scary.
Now I got that lemonade laxative itch.
Thanks, Mo. That's so bad. Why would you whiz on anybody's food, though? I can never understand it.
They had the little toys. They had the little Lego. That's when they used to come out. They first came out with the big sets. Like you got the pirate set and you got the astronaut set, whatever.
Yeah.
And the cavalry set. And
okay.
He wouldn't let me play with his cavalry thing. And I had already told everybody at school that I was going to play with the cavalry thing when I went to his house this weekend.
Well, then you know what? He deserved a skin infection for the rest of his life.
Listen, this is
That'll teach him.
A mild one. I'm glad that I don't have the guts to share any other ones, but this one is just bad enough.
I don't want to hear about any other one.
Flaming Mo got his Cousin sick.
By adding to the lemonade and then forcing this kid to take medicines that ruined his skin.
You know, everybody is carrying at least one thing that is driving them insane. And I think that's what the Catholics have figured out. Go in and confess because you feel better. Well, who goes to church anymore? Nobody does. But thanks to Ron and Fez, you have a chance to confess your sins right here. 877-692-1027. We all confessed ours, and other than the hawk who got glee out of his, I think we all felt bad about what we've done.
Right, yeah. You could tell it in the guy's faces, Ronnie.
Yeah.
So here's your chance to finally get that thing off your chest. Confess.
All right, here's Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show. We're doing confessions tonight.
Hello, Matt.
4309 here. Hoo-ah! Hey, we used to be like the worst kids around. We took a scarecrow, me, my brother, and a friend of ours, and we put it in the middle of the street, in between the street lights where it was the darkest possible.
Now, this was like some kind of Halloween-type prank?
No, it was year-round. It was like a summertime thing.
Okay.
And we'd put it in the middle of the street and hide up on my parents' roof. We'd watch cars come from, like, the main street, and we'd be getting all excited, watch them come down, and next thing you know, we realized it's my friend's mom, that he's up on the roof with us. It's his mom driving down the road.
Oh, my God.
And she saw the scarecrow, thought it was a person, skid out of control, went through the bushes in my neighbor's yard and crashed into the telephone pole.
Oh.
And pretty much wrecked the new car.
What'd you guys do, run?
No, we just stayed up on the roof.
Smart.
Kind of hid.
And it was even the kid who was up there with you, it was his own mom?
Yeah, she still doesn't know till this day that we did
And
it.
he stayed up on the roof, didn't even go to check and see if his mom was hurt running into a phone pole.
No, we were pretty scared. We were like maybe 14.
14 is pretty old.
That was one of many.
Yeah. Did you retrieve your scarecrow?
These kids don't understand, because I used to do the same kind of stuff where we'd be on each side of the road and pretend we were pulling a chain and make people skid.
Yeah,
they don't realize that all that stuff, man, now that you're an adult, you're thinking, what the hell? That's crazy.
Now that you probably would be on the other side of it, the guy in the car.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it was fun.
I remember we used to do this thing where we had like a big floodlight and an air horn, and we would stand on the railroad tracks, and as the car would come over, we'd hit the light and the air horn at the same time. And people would either hit their brakes or speed up real fast. Now, looking back on it, what if that's an old person, they have a heart attack?
Yeah,
what if it's somebody who rolls a car and they got a baby in the car? Kids don't think about a damn thing. Everything is funny to them.
No, they know it up into the punchline, and they don't consider anything past that any consequences.
I just want to say you guys are great, and see you.
Thanks, Matt.
Here is Tony. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Tony. Go ahead and confess, our friend.
What happened was about 25 years ago, I was going to a club and I met this girl, and I was crazy about this girl. And she was hot.
Yeah. How old were you? How old were you at the time?
I was about 21. 21. And I was crazy about this girl. And every time I asked her out, we'd make plans, and she would stand me up every time. It even got to the point where I would go to her house and I can't go. And I got so mad. So one day, I'm going to get her back. So I called her, like, listen, you want to see her play in New York? She said, yeah. We're going to go see her play in New York. I'm going to rent a limo.
Nice.
We're going to go to a really nice restaurant. And you got to dress up. You got to wear, like, a really nice evening gown.
Because it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night. We're going to have so much fun.
So far, I don't see anything to be ashamed of.
No. Well, wait.
Oh.
So I'll be there at 7:30. At 7 o'clock, I call her up on Friday night. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm psyched. Are you? Yeah, I'm psyched. Well, I go with my friends. So I leave her home. I never see her again. Right? She doesn't come back to the club anymore. I never see her again. About 4 or 5 years ago, I'm taking my kid to a sporting event, and his woman's there. She looks really familiar. And she says, don't I know you? And I was like, oh, my God, it's her. On top of that.
The woman you stood up how long ago?
25 years ago.
Jeez.
And it was on my mind, like when I saw her, it hit me.
Oh,
gosh,
God.
25 years ago. Well, now, her daughter and my daughter become close friends. So now all the families hang out together.
You're in hell. You died and went to hell.
In the back of your mind, you want to bang her one more time, though, don't you?
I think that, yeah, exactly.
Because there never been one with one chick that you just didn't want to bang one more time.
But I never
Especially after you haven't seen her for a while.
Yeah, and she looked good.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Yeah, they always look good after they're not with you. That's the beauty of chicks. They're not with you and they look perfect.
That's part of their allure.
But if you really want a woman to look good and you think she's losing it, break up with her. And I guarantee you, next time you see her, you'll be crazy about her.
877-692-1027.
Fez, you were talking about confessions that we need to make. Our buddy, Hard Rock Johnny, who I can't imagine ever doing anything wrong.
Seems like soul to the earth, Ronnie.
Soul to the earth, soul to the restaurant business.
Soul to my French fries.
I guess he's got a confession to make. Hey, Hard Rock Johnny.
Johnny.
How are you?
What can we do for you, Hard Rock Johnny?
Oh, I got a confession, and this one bothers the hell out of me.
No, you must be calling on the wrong night.
No, honest. I used to be pretty bad when I was in college. I drank quite a bit.
No.
Yeah, and on a drunken night, we were down at a bar that I used to work at. It was a night off. And someone came up to me and said that someone was talking bad about one of my fraternity brothers. Well, that's not right. So I get into a fight, and I split the kid's lip, his top lip, from under his nose down towards the bottom lip.
Oh.
I could see his teeth.
Ew.
Split his whole lip open.
You made his upper lip look like curtains.
Well, the problem is now I saw him about a month later, and when they stitched it up, he's got a hair lip.
Oh.
So now, like, every time I watch the Steelers, I see Bill Cowher.
Right.
He covers it with a mustache.
Right.
That's what this kid looks like, and it just bothers me to this day that I deformed this poor kid. I apologize to him.
Right.
It just felt horrible, and I still to this day feel bad that I deformed the kid.
See, that's what guys, when they start at their 20s, they don't realize, even their teens, really, you can't hit somebody like you did when you were 8 without causing some serious damage there. And when you're in your 20s, don't get in a fight, because winning a fight could be the worst thing that ever happened to you. I mean, fight to defend yourself, yeah. But don't be drunk and, let's say, headbutting your friends like it's just nothing. Because you could end up giving somebody brain damage.
You don't know what damage you could do.
Definitely not good. I'm glad I was able to confess it, though.
Yeah, well, why don't you call that guy and say, hey, I want to fix your lip for you.
I gotta find him.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Or go into business with him and open up the Hair Lip Cafe.
Go to hairlip.com. There's probably a picture of him there. Johnny did this to me. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but ever since that day, I flipped it alone.
What do you mean I can go with this?
Give him a cheeseburger or something.
Yeah, that'll make up.
That'd be nice.
All right, buddy.
All right, fellas.
Thanks, Hard Rock Johnny.
Yeah.
Thanks for the confession.
We got to take another break here. Wow, these confessions, Fezzy, they're wearing me down. They are wearing me down.
People are carrying a lot of guilt with them.
Because, well, they should. These
Horrible
stories are
people,
horrible.
Ronnie.
But here's the thing. Maybe we're all horrible people. Maybe each and every one of us is carrying something horrible with us at all times. 877-692-1027. We're doing confessions on the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
Everybody's got something they're carrying around with them. It's the time to confess. We're Ron and Fez.
Hey, Brenda, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hi, Brenda. Go ahead, dear.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hey.
Hi, Brenda. What you
card
got?
number 8335. When I was younger, I think I was about 9 or 10 years old, my little cousin and I, we were outside playing in my backyard. My dad had just bought a brand new barbecue.
Nice.
And he was a 3-year-old boy, and I was playing around with the barbecue, and I broke the buttons off the thing. And when my parents came outside, they were really ticked off. So I told them, my cousin broke it. And for years, he's now 21 years old, for years, my mother would always joke around with him. Who broke the barbecue? Who broke the barbecue?
And it would be like hurtful to you every time, right?
No, yes, it would be, actually.
And you're just cringing every time you hear the barbecue come up.
I really began to cringe when finally he started to just snap back. I broke the barbecue, all right? Stop teasing me about it already.
Did you ever admit?
No.
Wow, so
yes, now. Right
so
today.
he's convinced that he broke it after all these years.
Yes, and I can't bring myself to tell him the truth.
I think that you should.
I know, because here's the thing, Brenda. You can't enjoy another barbecue.
Actually, I do.
Really? You're horrible. You're horrible.
I'm horrible. I'm sorry.
I would tell him.
Okay. I promise.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Now I feel guilty for telling her to tell.
You did the right thing. Hey, Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jason.
All right, here's this double whammy. Last football game of the year is our arch rival winning by 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
I was out on the sidelines taking a break. I rushed back in. Our center just made a great play, so I slap him on the head and shoulders.
Oh, God.
Little did I know, he had just sprained his neck. So he starts crying, but he's our last center, so he keeps playing. Next play, he fumbles the ball. They go for a touchdown, but they only have 6 points. So he goes out. I take his position. The guy, they do a fake. I go for the guy to fake. The guy at the ball goes right past me. Gets the extra point. The team blames on the guy right next to me and savagely beats the crap out of him. I never told anyone.
So you not only did you hurt the star football guy's, star center's neck.
It wasn't even the start. It was the replacement guy.
Yeah.
He was a young replacement guy who made a great play, so I slapped him on his shoulders and head saying, good job, he sprained his neck.
What, are you swinging at people like an animal?
Well, no, when you're on a football team, you're wearing like a full-blown helmet and pads. That's what you do to say good play.
He ought to have been wearing a neck harness. It's his fault.
Yes. All right, see you.
Bye, Jason. Bye. Just go. Bye.
What an idiot.
877-692-1027.
It's time to get out those confessions off your soul, basically. Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Go ahead, Chris. Chris, you there, buddy?
Chris couldn't do it, Fezzy.
He couldn't bring himself.
Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Jason.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe I could push you in a little direction of a dilemma instead of...
All right, let's go with the dilemma. We're ready.
All right. The dilemma is, for the last couple, let's say 2 years or so, I've had some kind of physical ailment problems.
Okay.
And, I started seeing a psychologist, and they had me all doped up on different kinds of stuff, right? And I started getting these severe headache attacks, and I can't really describe how they would come on, but except it was just debilitating for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. When they would come on, it was 2 to 3 hours of I can't do anything except curl in a ball, basically. I finally have gone to my doctor, and I've gotten an MRI done on my brain, and I have not spoken to any of my family yet about what's been going on with me. I don't have any insurance except for my school's insurance, which is not really lofty, I guess, as you can imagine.
All right, what's your dilemma?
The dilemma is basically the situation is that they're finding something in my head, and I don't know what the severity is of it or the magnitude. But I haven't spoken to anybody in my family about it, and I don't know if I should now or if I should just wait and see what happens and then talk to them.
Are you close to him?
Family? Yeah.
What would you do, Fez? I'd tell.
I'd tell him. I'd tell him in a minute.
I don't know what you're keeping from.
Well, what's the sense in getting them upset if it actually turns out to be nothing?
It's their job to keep you from getting upset. At that point.
Wouldn't you want to hear that from anybody in your family?
I don't know. I mean, it's difficult because I don't want to place anybody into a situation where, they have to start thinking about me in that sense.
Yeah, but that's why you're in a family, Jason. You're in a family, so you're concerned about each other and you worry about each other. That's why you have family and friends. No one sits around and is concerned about a stranger.
Right.
They mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go tell your family.
Yeah.
Even if it's nothing.
And seriously, they want to know.
All right, buddy?
All right.
Thanks. Here Rory has all... I looked over, and Rory has this thing he wants to tell Fezzy. Plus, he's teared up.
Really? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Go ahead, Rory Hamptons.
When did this happen, first of all, Rory?
It happened about 6 years ago. About 5.5 years ago.
Okay. All right.
I was dating this girl, and I really started getting sick of her. But I just didn't have the heart to, break up with her because we weren't really, really dating or anything.
You didn't have the heart or the courage?
A little of each. And I had a really bad cold sore at the time. And she, like, we started, like, kissing one night, and she started sucking on my cold sore. I know it sounds really disgusting, but, like...
Sure does.
I think it's hot.
And I didn't push her off of it. She ended up getting, like, really, really sick and having to go to the hospital, having, like, 103 fevers, broke out with, like, blisters all over her face.
Why don't you give her some Clorox, the jug? Sit there and gargle with some Clorox like Polo did.
Just to clean it out a little.
He beat Twatto.
Well, but then, what happened was I went to visit her in the hospital and broke up with her right there. And I just...
With her you said it right to her blister-covered face.
Yeah, 'cause I went in because I felt bad about doing it to her, and then she was like, well, when I get better, we'll do this. And I was like, no, it's never going to happen again. I'm done with you. And...
Of course not. You couldn't be with someone with cold sores.
I just felt horrible, like, 'cause I I got her sick, and then I just break up with her for that, and it was just, to this day, I still am just, I feel so bad about it.
All right, let me bring Al Dukes in here.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
All right.
You can't come popping in here as gay as a cricket.
All right, Al Dukes, come on in. While we're doing all these confessions, would you please tell Ice Cream Girl that you're gay? And it's not her fault because you made her feel bad about it, thinking something may be wrong with her. Here's your chance to say you're the F-up.
She feels bad as a person.
You're
now.
the weird person, not her.
I'm not gay, but me and her are friends. I don't know why she would feel that way.
Set her free from this crazy prison you've sentenced her to. This adoration of you that I can't understand, and somehow now feeling bad about herself.
Well,
she's to blame for this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want her to feel bad, but
yet you always make her feel that way.
She does sometimes feel that way, but I'm not gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm not gay.
Would you set her free and say because of the way you are, you're never going to be able to like her, even, and don't believe you when you're drunk?
Well, when I'm drunk,
and the semi-booty calls that you never even close on?
Yeah, more...
Either that or why don't you close on a booty call?
At least give her that much.
I'm more amorous when I'm drunk.
So you're actually doing it with her when you're drunk?
No, I'll at least talk about it.
That's amorous to him, to actually think about having sex. Let me ask you this.
He gets amorous, hands the phone to Rory, and has Rory make booty calls.
All right, look how happy he is tonight and has been for the last 2 days. Is it because Billy and Joe's not here?
Well, it seems more relaxed.
You've been in the best mood since we've hired you here at the station.
I've been laughing a lot.
I noticed that. You're laughing, and then you constantly come in and tell me, great show tonight.
Yeah, very
this
funny
is a great
stuff.
one.
At the post-show meeting last night, you couldn't contain yourself. People weren't even saying anything funny. You giggled yourself right out of a chair at one point.
Yeah, it's there's no sadness.
You don't feel bad that other people are taking extended vacations.
That's how you talk in a meeting. No sadness. Our heart no hurt anymore.
He can only feel good if someone else feels bad. That's his thing.
Oh, you're awful. You're a horrible producer and an even worse human being.
What do you think? You think he's worse as a human than as a producer?
Wow, that's hard. But yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think he's worse as a producer than he is as a nuclear physicist.
And he would be bad at that.
Hey, Rose.
Really?
Hey. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Rose.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't been able to discuss this with anybody because I've been trying to make my family, feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
My mother died.
How long ago?
Beginning of 2001.
Okay.
And see, the thing was, back in December, she was calling up. She said, could you please bring the kids down to see me? And she was saying, and I know she was in and out, but no one had said that she had been that bad. And, Mom, what's going on with you really sounds like it's more psychological. They can't find anything wrong. Why don't you go see a psychiatrist? I said, I'd really appreciate bringing the kids down. I said, well, I can't really do that right now, Mom. Maybe in the spring or something. Then, of course, in February, the only time I saw her, she was she was in the hospital for about a week, and she died, and she only got to see the kids for like 3 days, even knowing what they were, who they were before she went. And I just felt horrible about it this whole time, because she, if I had gone when she said, she could have had some time with them.
Mm-hmm. How do you deal with it now, Rose?
Well,
make the kids go out to the graveyard and stand there like my mom used to do with me. Talk to a stone.
We still have to go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the graveyard is in Atlanta. I probably would be doing that.
Do you have a picture of your mom up?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a picture of your mom up?
Yeah. But, kind of what I overcompensated, I kind of basically barged in and told everybody I was going to handle the estate and all because I felt so guilty, like I had never done anything for her.
Right. Did you
I felt like I kept her from knowing her own grandkids.
Oh, man, that's a rough one.
Yeah. So I appreciate a chance to get off my chest because I can't say it to anyone in my family because they don't want to hear it.
See, right. And see, here's the thing. Once someone dies, there's nothing else you can do.
I know.
And I know.
You can't go back and do it.
Yeah, no second chances, no new opportunities.
And I'm constantly blowing off my parents.
Yeah,
I can't.
Now, God, I wish I hadn't.
The other day, my parents were all sad because I can't go there for Easter because Fez went and bought my chick Broadway tickets for the night before Easter.
I don't ever check dates.
Yeah. And they're crying.
It's not Easter Sunday.
It's the night before. I can't make it down there and back in time.
No, they're going to say
you can't go Easter Sunday?
No, the kids got... no, I can't make it down there and back. It's too far to do that in one day, and then the kids got school Monday. So I had to tell them, no, Fez spent a lot of money on something, and his feelings will be bad. And I'm sure at your age I'll still have maybe another Easter or two with you. Maybe. Not that you'll know I'm there.
In a couple of months, it'll be Mother's Day and then Father's Day. You'll be fine.
No, you don't know my family. This Easter thing, it's looming. So I just screamed, good, I hope I never see you again. Fez is right, I hope I never see you again.
Thank you for taking my side, I appreciate it.
When haven't I taken your side?
You always do, and I appreciate it.
I'm even working the fiance gimmick for you.
What gimmick?
You know what your gimmick. Big day from Fez today.
That's right. I got a brand new baby niece today.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous because she was premature. Premature.
Yeah. I don't care what's happening. When a woman goes into labor and I care about that person, I'm a wreck. So, I can't relax during the labor stuff.
Yeah, she was 3.5 weeks early, and then she was 5 pounds, 5 ounces. Is that fairly
tiny?
That's fairly small, isn't it?
That's all right, well, how big's the chicken? About 3 pounds?
Okay.
How big is a decent-sized chicken?
Yeah, I would think
There's
3
like
pounds.
a French hen. What you got?
Oh, okay.
Like a little French hen, and then the arms and legs are about the same length.
Right, yeah. And then they put it in a little stocking cap or whatever.
They do that anyway.
They keep them all warm
that
and
little
everything.
Jack Nicholson hat. That's cute.
So, Allison Paige Watley.
No, I mean, there's a lot of babies smaller than that. Preemie babies get a lot smaller than 5 pounds. That's probably pretty big for a preemie, but I think it's about 2 pounds off an average size baby now.
Yeah, that's what it always seems like. They're always like 7 to 8 pounds when they're born. So and I was nervous. But she's great, and then Mom's fine. My sister-in-law. It's all good.
Well, that's wonderful news. So what they named the baby?
They named her Allison. Allison Paige Watley. Happy birthday, Allison.
It's her first day in the world, Fezzy.
Yeah.
In this big, bad world.
Oh, man.
All right, here. Did they name him after this Elvis song? Is that where they got Allison from?
You know what? I'm going to ask, because I have no idea where Allison came from.
Spy report. Spy report.
Uh-oh, here comes Earl with a Elvis Costello spy report.
Ooh, what do you got, Black Earl?
Elvis is going to be doing a special show next month, and you guys will have tickets to give away for it.
Really? Now, what kind of a special show?
There won't be any tickets sold. There'll be an invitation-only show.
Wow. I'd love to go see that, because he's got that new album out, which is great. Maybe take the baby, Fez.
Oh, that'd be nice. Her name's Allison.
You know the name of the new Elvis Costello song I love.
Oh, tickle my button. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
It's called Tickle My Button.
Oh, tickle my button. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
I smell a hit.
A lot of times I think that girl's asking for it. I'd love to get Elvis Costello to come in here and sing to Fez's niece. Wouldn't that be great, Fez?
That'd be nice.
We're working on it.
All right. 877-692-1027.
Get him to do this song.
Oh, tickle my button. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
From the new album.
What's the name of that new album?
When I Was Cruel.
Go pick it up. It's a good album. I don't know if the guy's ever done anything bad in his life. Elvis Costello. Oh, wait, that whole crazy quartet thing.
I love that record.
I know you do. You know why? Nobody else is into it. Here's Rich. Rich, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Rich, what can we do for you?
Yeah, I heard the Sweet Melissa Mona tonight.
There's the winning cowbell, Rich.
Woo-wee.
All right, you hold on, buddy. You're going to the big-ass prize closet. You just picked up a $100 gift certificate to Modell's. Modell's Sporting Goods has locations throughout the tri-state area. To find a Modell's near you, check them out on the web at Modells.com. That's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock live right after the best of O&A.
Say it back to us.
Ron and Fez here telling you about Sam Adams and the debut of the Sam Adams Brew It Yourself TV commercial. Contest winner Marco Guerrero, his winning ad is going to be on Conan O'Brien's show, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Thursday night.
No, give me Dan from Hoboken, because I know Dan from Hoboken tried out for this, Fezzy. And once again came up short. So we'll have Dan from Hoboken watch Conan O'Brien tomorrow night and check out this ad for Sam Adams. Guys Night Out is the name of it. What was yours about, Dan?
Mine was pretty dumb.
You actually had Sam Adams in it himself?
Yeah.
The Revolutionary War hero?
Well, I was going for something different than they apparently wanted. I had something with like a bunch
They were going for entertainment.
Right.
That's where you made your mistake.
They were, the way they set up the contest, they had the people who entered voting, and it just really wasn't a fair way to do it.
Right, because
Not
problem
because
is
mine blew.
You can't get people to like you, so that you're so far advanced, Fezzy. People aren't getting him yet.
He's just so high.
He's Dave Brubeck.
Well,
he
I got
comes
some
out,
advice
but people
from-
aren't ready. It takes years.
We're just ropes on the Goodyear blimp, Ronnie.
I got some advice from a person who I thought really knew what he was talking about. He said that you should kind of make it like a Conan bit, kind of wacky.
I said that, but then when you wrote me and you sent me the thing,
It was terrible.
I wrote back to you and I go, I don't understand where you're going with it. I don't know what you want. All right, tell us what your commercial idea was, for real.
I think it was a bunch of guys who were maybe a little too into Sam Adams, so they had they had one of the the guys dressed up like Sam Adams, and you had to answer trivia to get the bottle at a party.
The other thing was your commercial was like 16 minutes long.
Yeah, it was. I tried to read it, and after page 5, I kind of fell off.
I gave it to Fez, and he said to me, "What's wrong with Dan?" And I go, "I know he's got a fever."
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, here's what I want you to do. Instead of blaming others.
Oh no, I'm not saying mine's the one, but
because Marco Guerrero's got no problem. He got a $100,000 budget to produce his spot.
We're doing a spot right now, so we want to promote Sam Adams.
No, this is the Project Greenlight. Sam Adams is great.
No, it's all part of it.
It's all the same.
It's the idiots who chose to sign up.
All right, here's the situation. Tomorrow night I want you to watch this show. This is Sam Adams commercial. Right. I'm going to do it as well, Fezzy.
Okay.
Are you a Conan guy?
I can watch Conan.
Yeah, TiVo, and then we'll all discuss it the next
I'm glad this isn't a TiVo commercial, because mine is just all screwed up.
All right, I'm going to come down there and fix yours for you. He took the TiVo and he just taped it to the top of his TV. And
I don't know why it won't work.
All right, so Sam Adams, it's tomorrow night. It's called Guys Night Out. And it's set in a bar, and you'll be able to check it out on Conan tomorrow night. Then we'll all come back in and see. And why don't you bring yours in tomorrow.
How
and
about
we'll-
I try to do a new one?
No. Why don't you bring yours in and we'll all act it out tomorrow?
All right?
I'll do that.
We'll play
All
the
right.
different parts in your Sam Adams commercial, Dan from Hoboken.
Oh, God.
And remember, check out Marco Guerrero. He's the grand prize winner. His spot is going to be on Conan O'Brien Thursday night. Be a better beer drinker. Drink a better beer. Sam Adams. It's America's world-class beer.